Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis on live on this Sunday evening. How are you? I hope you all had a great weekend. Yes, and I can just hear myself because Cheryl forgot to turn down her computer, but she has. But it's weird because it's a couple of seconds behind. Right, there's a couple of things to address, unfortunately. So last night, someone posing as me on YouTube was going around and saying vile things to people in the comment sections of my videos. Also, this person has also targeted Matrix Lord 212. Now, the thing about it is, you know, I'm sick of going around in circles with this crap, right? But they've obviously nothing better to do, but it's obviously affecting some people out there. Now, on top of that, there seems to be a misunderstanding somewhere that Matrix Lord thinks that myself and Daniel have blocked him on Twitter. Not the case, not the case at all. Daniel is actually very upset about it. I'm not surprised, but I have told Daniel to not overreact because I have text Matrix Lord. Okay, it's in hand. I also did a video before this live stream as well. Right, this troll is obviously trying to cause trouble. I don't know how he wasn't able to send me a message on Twitter. I was on the phone. I do remember the Sea Devils comment that he's talking about because I got that straight after that comment. I got a phone call off my mother. I was on Messenger call. I don't know if Daniel might have been on Messenger call as well. Maybe that explains the reason why the messages didn't go through on Twitter. But you're not blocked on Twitter, Matrix Lord. And also, just to prove there's no hard feelings, I've even subscribed to you on YouTube, and if I've accepted your follow request on Twitter. So look, at the end of the day, there's someone trying to cause trouble between me and you, but we've seen it in this fandom the last couple of weeks. Other YouTubers have went after other YouTubers. It just seems to be a pattern all of a sudden. The best thing that we can do is just when those troll accounts do come and store up stuff. Could people actually do me a favor as well, though? There's one thing that's kind of bugging me a little bit, right? You're seeing a comment, right, from the Tardis official YouTube channel. Would you not go in and press the picture and actually check the profile? Right, you will see that I said this in the last video. You check the profile. You will see that it's not me. And then instead of telling me about it, because I check the comments anyway and I'll eventually get around to it, just report the comment that's being made. You can report that it's imitating another YouTube channel. So you can put it up and make sure that you don't report mine now. Make sure you're reporting the one with no subscribers and no video, no content. Like, but seriously, it's ridiculous now at this stage. There's clearly a group of people behind this. I'm not. This is not just one person because the attacks are too frequent now, and it's not just me and Matrix Lord that are being attacked. You've seen it. Other YouTubers have been in the firing line as well, and it's happening on Twitter. Twitter accounts being trolled as well, and it's happening on Facebook also. It's just a shitstorm in this fandom right now, and it's getting worse. But listen, nobody overreact, right? Nobody engage with this person either, right? And I've seen that you haven't been engaging, which is the proper thing to do, right? Don't give these people any credence when they come because they are saying vile stuff about me. Now, last night I did have to change the header on my YouTube channel to show everybody that it wasn't actually me that was trolling people because they haven't realized that I've changed. Well, I've blocked them from the channel anyway, but they haven't realized that I've actually changed it. But I'll keep changing it it doesn't make a difference to me. I've got plenty of them to change it, but it's just absolutely disgusting the lengths that these people will go through. And the funny thing is, Matrix Lord texts me on Twitter all the time, private messages. So if you are trying to start stuff between me and him, you are actually not going to, you aren't going to succeed at all. Now, another thing, I want to get into this whole rumor business again. I have debunked that rumor on this channel, right? Over the last couple of days, since that rumor has come out, I have made it my mission to debunk this rumor. Now, thing about it is, even though I was given confirmation that this is all bull, I wanted to debunk it myself. And I think I have succeeded in doing that. I've put the article up where it shows they talk about a movie with a different actress, not with Jodie Whittaker. So that debunks the part where they're talking about some sort of spin-off or crossover. Now, the crossover is the comic books. And believe it or not, there's two crossovers happening. David Tennant and Matt Smith will be in the comic books with Jodie Whittaker. I put that video up last night. Now, the one where they're talking about where the doctor was going to lecture David Tennant's doctor, that's bull. What's happened is they've mixed it up with Ace's book. So Ace is going to, apparently in the book that Sophie has written, the doctor is going to meet Ace, and then Ace is going to make the doctor atone for past behaviors. Okay, so I've debunked this rumor, but the most frustrating thing about this is I see again another couple of channels, big channels, have picked up on this rumor. And what is sad, and I said it in the video before, right? This is how far the fandom has fallen, that people actually genuinely believe that David Tennant will come back and destroy his own legacy. And that's what annoys me, is that people are falling for this rumor and people are saying, I hope it's not true. I'm telling you right now on this channel, there is no truth to any of the rumor. None of it. No part of it is true. What's happened is the person that has given the information to the YouTubers has spliced it all together and made it seem like it's one rumor, when it basically all it is three different pieces of information that have been spliced together. This rumor has been debunked, and I debunked it on this channel. I've been doing it since the video dropped. I've been debunking this because I know it wasn't true. There's no way. And if fans for 1 second think David Tennant, then this fandom has truly fallen. If you think that he would destroy a show that he was in, and I knew it was complete nonsense when Peter Capaldi was asked directly, right? And he wasn't even approached. So that just goes to show me that straight away, that's what made me go out then and try find these articles, which I have succeeded in doing. And they're all up on my channel. But the problem is, because I'm such a small channel, it's not going to gain traction. People are not going to know that I've debunked this, and it's still spreading like wildfire. And it's actually really annoying me because, as I said before, and I don't want to keep harping on about this, I do want to talk about different stuff, but it's the fact it's distracting the fandom away from the real problems and the real situation. And I said it the other night, right? Where is Jodie Whittaker? So everybody needs to stop saying, oh, I hope this isn't true, right? I'm telling you now that the rumor that was dropped, right, that this source gave Doomcock, I'm telling you now the source is either getting the information mixed up or they deliberately put three pieces of information together to make it look like that this is going to happen, right, and worded it in a way that us in the fandom would react to it, right? So I'm sorry, it's debunked. It's debunked. It's not even true. And I keep going around every time I see these new YouTube videos popping up and going into the comments and telling people it's being debunked. It's not true. Stop spreading false rumor. It was all right when I went out the first time because, as I said it myself. If I was handed that news, right? If I was handed that news and I didn't know what I knew, right, I would have reported it as well. I don't blame any YouTube channel for reporting it, but the thing about it is, I've debunked it, and I think other YouTube channels out there ended up debunking it as well, right? As soon as it came out, I said it was a mix-up. I said it straight away. Loads of us said it straight away. It's a mix-up, but the thing about it is, what's annoying me is that people are actually believing it, because I'm getting people texting me, I hope this isn't true. I thought you said they're leaving after Series 12. And this is why I'm getting annoyed about it, because I keep getting asked these questions. And I'm telling you now on this channel, it's been debunked. That rumor that was put out there has been debunked. It's not true. It's not happening. And then some people say it'll be a children in need skit, right? Again, I find it hard to believe that he would do something like that. Will there be a children in need skit? I don't know. Nobody knows, because, as usual, nothing comes out. All right, so we'll just have to wait for children in need. It might be a pre-record thing, or Jodie might be there herself live. You never know, right? I don't know. But at the end of the day, people need to stop believing this stupid, ridiculous rumor, because that's what it is. And I know other YouTubers had to report it. I would have done the same as well. But the thing about it is, it's just ridiculous how this has caught fire. It really is. It really is. As if, and it's mind-boggling that fans would actually think that David Tennant, and I'll keep saying it, David Tennant ruined his own legacy. It's absolutely a joke. Right, we'll give a few shout-outs. We'll do the shout-outs. Sorry, excuse me, I've got something caught in the back of my throat that's bleeding horrible. I don't know what it is. Could be a fish fucking bone or something. Daniel, welcome. Unknown 289. Charlotte, I've got the missus here as well. Not my Doctor Who. Amy is here also. Welcome, welcome, welcome. JJ Hunt, Mrs. Not My Doctor Who. US Dutch Kitty is here. Bad Wolf 66. Blue Bonnet Whovian is also here. Not My Doctor Who is also here. And happy birthday to Blue Bonnet Whovian. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Blue Bonnet Whovian. Happy birthday to you. Unknown 289. Welcome. Daniel is here. I gave Daniel a shout out as well. But Daniel, relax, mate. We'll get it sorted later on, right? Matrix Lord will be on later on, and then he's in work at the moment, and we'll sort it out. Gary is here as well. Welcome, Gary. We got Stephen Cassidy here as well. Welcome, Stephen. Welcome, welcome. Michelle is here. We've got. Well, I've got the power. Yeah. Who else have we got? We've got John Guggen. Renee is here as well. Welcome. Dane is here. Stuart is here. Mining Careboy is here. Welcome, welcome all. Welcome. Geek named Joel is here. Welcome. Howard N. White is here. Welcome. Welcome. It's nice to see a new face pop in. Welcome. Leland is here as well. Welcome, Leland. Nice to have you on board. Glenn Edwards, welcome. Super John, Extra Spice Mikey, welcome. And we've got Chuckzilla as well. There you go. Oh my God, gosh, 2 subs to 600. Yeah, we're nearly getting to the 600 milestone. It'll be nice if we get it tonight, but it'll come in good time, won't it? We don't have to worry about that. But welcome everybody, and I hope you all had a great weekend. We've got another week ahead of us now, but yeah, another crazy week. and then we'll be all relaxed again. Right, let's have a look. Right, hold on. I've got Matrix Lord here, so I just wanna, yeah. Right, so I'm at letting him know there now, Daniel, that we never blocked him. He's at the texting me there, so he must be on a bit of a break. So we'll just wait to see what he has to say. But again, I really don't know what happened there. But I do know that the person that's trolling Matrix Lord is also trolling me and pretending to be me and throwing out sick messages out there. God knows what damage they're doing out there on YouTube. See, this is the thing, and this is the dangerous thing. I hope people are clever enough, because what could happen is this channel could end up being taken down if people reported the wrong channel. Do you get me? And that's the danger. That's why, even though I am wary about what YouTube is doing with all these accounts, right? Because they're not doing it for the reasons why they're saying they're doing it, but for people like that's copying my channel, for people like that, that's where I'm in favor of YouTube removing accounts like that, because it could damage this channel. We just have to be, you know what I mean? That's why I'm saying don't engage with these people. If you see it, make sure you go into the right one, press it in and see how many subscribers and videos. And if they have no subscribers, even if, look, I have I don't know how many videos I have now. I think I have nearly 500 videos, right? If they don't have 500 bloody videos or near 500 videos, then you know it's not me. Report it. Just make sure you don't report my one. Make sure you go into the right one. That's why I say check first. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We don't need this in this fandom. They're trying to that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to start trouble between me and Matrix Lord again. And there you go now. I'm after getting a lot of messages coming through. So maybe the messages. See, this is what's. I'm pissed off because Daniel got annoyed and Daniel got upset over it. Right? I thought I'd handled the situation last night when I deleted the comments. I didn't know they were going in and writing on other people's YouTube channels. Like, hold on, guys. I just have to explain. See, the guy is getting confused. He doesn't know if it's I don't know. This situation's starting to really annoy me, because all I just want to do and all he just wants to do is do what we do. Right, well, listen, 36 people watching right now at the moment. Best way to support this channel, obviously, is to give every video that you see either a like or a dislike. So if you like what I'm saying or you dislike what I'm saying, you know what to do. Hit the buttons there. Also, if you have subscribed, please make sure you've pressed the notification bell so you be notified of new videos. And also make sure that you're still getting notifications, because I've had people even yesterday saying to me that I didn't get a notification for a certain video. So make sure that you are still notified as well, and also subscribed. And if anybody new is listening tonight, please do us a favor and support this channel and this little community that we have here, and subscribe. And trust me, you will make friends in this little community, because a lot of people that after the live chat here get together and have a bit of a conversation. I know Daniel talks to a few in the live chat. I talk to a few as well, and there's a couple of other people that talk to each other. So there's a real friendly community here. This channel does get criticized a lot. people saying it's a hate channel, but if they actually see in the live chat and see the way people get on in here, it's a different story altogether. Everybody is really nice. Leland has also popped into the live chat. Welcome, my friend. Right. So, Sunday night. It's normally a chill. Yeah, I don't even know what to. I'll sort that out. Yes, Stephen Cassidy. Can I join the chat, man? Stephen, you've already joined the chat now. I ring people on Messenger. You have Messenger. You don't need to give me your is that your phone number? I'll hold on to it anyway, but I can text you on. I ring people on Messenger. So you actually wanna come in for a call tonight, do you? If you do, just reply back to that message that you sent me on Messenger, and I'll put you down on the list. Actually, do you know what? Anybody wants to ring in tonight, send me a message. Even those people that I've said before, I have you down on the list. Just whoever wants to text me tonight, because I'm gonna start doing a freshen it up every night now, right? So anybody wants to call in, you've got 3 minutes because I start the calls at 10:30, right? So you've got 5 minutes. It's 25 past 10 now. 5 minutes, then I start the calls. Get your names into me if you want to be part of the calls tonight. Okay. Now, don't worry, I'm in good humor. It's just I'm just upset because Daniel was upset because I don't want because Daniel. if it wasn't for Daniel, me and Matrix Lord wouldn't be talking, right? We'd still be bleeding at each other's throats for no reason whatsoever, bleeding ever, right? The fandom wouldn't be getting any better, right? Only for Daniel, we wouldn't be talking, and there's obviously wires crossed somewhere because I know for a fact that Daniel wouldn't go and block anybody. He's not that type of person. And I'm not saying Matrix, it does, something's happened somewhere, either a technical thing or wires crossed somewhere, but he definitely hasn't been blocked by me. And I know for a fact he hasn't been blocked by Daniel. I talk to Daniel a lot, and there's a lot of other people in this live chat that talk to Daniel privately, right? We've gotten to know the guy, and I know there's not a bad bone in that young fella's bleeding body, like, so. Great. So I've got your message, Stephen. I've got Neil, as usual. Brilliant, mate. I've got Daniel, right? So far that's 3 callers. Now, I do know they're not here right now, but I do know, I think Excelsior, if they pop in before 10:30, I promise them first call, but I don't think they're here now, right now. So if anybody else wants to phone in, now is the time. It doesn't matter if I told you in the past. You text me now, let me know. I know, but they're not here. Which also means I can hear everything you're saying. All right. Oh, you've actually texted the same thing that you've just told me now. He didn't answer me, so. Right. So I have to keep. So I have to keep it down, yeah. Okay. Yeah, can you try that? I'll try, yeah. I will, no problem. Extra Spice Mikey says I can hear Ted. What? It could be yeah. Could you do us a favor, actually? Could you open that window for me? Because you're not going to be in here, so. And could you put the grey thing on the, sorry. It should be there, the grey. Yeah, I found it behind the sofa. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we do, don't we? Right, so how many people have I got so far? As I said, I've only got 3. So anybody else wants to ring in, 2 minutes to let me know. Send me a message on Messenger. I'll keep it down now in a second, baby. And there, look, There's just a little buddy. Look. Look. Now, if you like this dog, right, which I know a lot of you do, I want to see a few more thumbs up, don't we, Ted? Tell them to change that 14 likes. How many likes do you want? What? You want at least 20? Right, 20 likes for Ted. 20 likes for Ted. We're on 15 now. 20 likes for Ted. This is like the shopping channel. This is like the shopping channel. Yeah. 15 likes. We could do better than that, folks. Come on. 15, 15. Hit that like button there. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Tell them, Teddy. Say, hit the. Ah, we got 17 now. Mwah. Yeah. Right. Will we take our first call or will we? I don't think anybody else wants to call in tonight. I wonder what's happened there lately now. I have to say the callers have dropped out. Oh, people are saying there's something wrong with the stream. Nobody else wants to call in tonight, no? Chuckzilla, no? Want to call in? Let me see who else normally calls in. Well, you can talk about anything you want. You don't have to keep it at Doctor Who if that's what you're worried about. So if that makes it better for anybody, you can talk about whatever you want. Seriously, once it's obviously, within the rules of YouTube. We're not going to sit here and start talking about killing people or something. Well, if we don't get many calls tonight, I'll just give extended time to everybody else. That's no problem, Leland. I understand that. No problem, Gary. I got your message on Messenger as well. Okay, well then, I suppose there's nothing else. Well, it's gone back to like it was in the old days when we first started doing these 3 callers or something we used to get a night. See, this is what happens as well. See, when you start getting trolled, and then there's little feuds going on, it affects the channel. Oh well. Right. Let's get the show on the road. Right, who we start with? Alright, I might as well bring this chap on first because put his mind at ease as well. Right, well, because we've only got 3 callers, I'm going to give you all 20 minutes each. It's the least I can do. But if anybody else does want to ring in, you can still send me a message there. I don't know, maybe because it's getting near close to Christmas and stuff, people are busy. I don't know. Right. Oh, do us a favour as well. Don't forget to share the channel, the usual, or one of my videos and stuff. Actually, I tried to share the channel myself. There's no share button. You can't share your own YouTube channel anymore. I couldn't do it on my phone and I can't do it on my laptop anymore, which is weird. Right. Okay. So we'll start off with what I might do if the calls do start dropping off though, right? Because three calls is not gonna. I want to get as many people on as I can, but if the calls drop off, I might leave it for a week. Might cancel the calls in for a week, just to see see if there's a reaction to having them back, because you know the plan is to try to get as many people. That's what I wanted to do. Right, we'll go start with Air Force call anyway.
I know. Oh, how you, yeah, how are you?
Oh, not too bad, Daniel, and you? Can you hear me? Hello? Daniel? Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. And that was Daniel, folks. What a great call. Fastest call ever, 52 seconds. Got some great points across there. Absolutely fantastic. I'm only messing, Daniel. I'm going to try ring it again, mate. Right? We'll see if this works. I know. Hold on. I might need to reboot my phone. So just give me a second. Everything is not happening. Everything is falling apart tonight. This is just one of these nights. Seriously. I don't know. But it does. I'm not messing. That's what happens, though. I think it is. I think some people are just staying away as well, because they don't want drama, and it's not what I wanted for this channel. Do you know what I mean? But drama just seems to follow this channel lately. Well, I see High Desert 004 has popped in as well. Welcome. Right, just rebuilt my phone, Daniel. So don't panic. Don't panic. It could be my phone. Sometimes it happens because I keep dropping my phone. I'm surprised this phone hasn't smashed into a million pieces, to be honest with you. Yeah, right. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Not to worry. Not to worry. Not to worry. Why don't you come on and speak about that extra spice, Mikey? If that's what you want people to talk about, why don't you come on and talk about it? You know, I could do it more callers, so why don't you come on? You don't have to be shy. Everybody else now. I haven't, John. I haven't watched the new Watchmen yet, but I haven't been hearing great things about it, to be quite honest with you. So, but again, you know, here's the thing. I'm a firm believer you can't really criticize these things unless you watch them. You know, so even though people are criticizing it, obviously I'm gonna watch myself before I make my own decision. Right, Daniel, I'm gonna try it again. Hopefully this time.
I know. How are you?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you like to talk about tonight, Daniel?
Well, to pick up on a point, the big name Joe said, about the whole sort of series Elfia as well. Basically, I'm in agreement with Joby. Basically, it has killed a passion, but on top of that, you're getting all these backstage and stuff of rumors and behind the scenes and all the sphere school as Cherno and Jody were taken out of Pion. Now, basically, in my opinion, this is only going to damage the show even further in terms of our reputation. I think everybody in the fandom, like you said the other night, basically, I think everybody in the fandom should be asking the appropriate questions. Here are the pair of them. And secondly, I think that basically, I think that until until that is addressed, we're going to be stuck in the same way. Bob, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, there seems to be a lot of distraction happening lately.
Yeah,
I mean, even that teaser poster caused a bit of
yeah,
controversy because obviously I didn't see it until Neil actually pointed it out, which
yeah,
I thought I was clever in that, but there you go. But
yeah,
they made a mistake in that poster. And I was thinking, because I've got my conspiracy theory hat on lately, and I was thinking,
yeah,
would have been done deliberately because again they would have known that fans would have
yeah,
picked up on that eagle eye fans, and they would have
yeah.
pointed it out again, another distraction.
Yeah, and secondly as well, I want to just say that I'm in agreement with you over the whole David Tennant rumour, because there's no way he'll turn round and destroy the show. Basically, he's been a fan since he was 3 years old of the show, and he told his parents from the very first episode that he tuned into. He said, I want to become an actor due to this franchise,
Yeah,
basically. So there's no way he's going to come back just to destroy the show. People need to have a bit more common sense, and I'm surprised at the amount of other YouTubers that have picked up this particular story. I mean, we're throwing shit at people, and people just need to have a bit more common sense, basically, and not give the rumour any sort of credibility, because it's a load of shit, in my opinion, basically.
now I will say something, right, to defend the bigger YouTubers here, right? It's not
Yeah,
because I'm friendly with them. I can understand why they released the news, because if we didn't know what we knew on this channel
yeah,
and I was given that news, I would report that news just like they did, right?
yeah,
Because they're not in the know like this channel is and like some other
yeah,
channels out there are, right? They just
yeah,
report the news as they see it. My
yeah,
problem that I have is I think this was deliberately done by the source that gave the information in the first place. There's no way you could be that
yeah,
stupid and say that all this is happening. This is clearly from someone. Whoever
yeah,
gave this information to Doomcock in the first place is clearly not a Doctor Who fan and is someone that's
yeah.
clearly trying to store shit up because it's definitely three pieces of information that
Uh,
have been spliced
yeah,
together.
yeah, and secondly as well, right, I know that I've said this to you before, but the whole series 11 merchandise looks cheap and nasty, basically, because there's hardly any effort going into the merchandise and what. have you? Now, basically, see when I got into the fandom, right?
Yeah.
The merchandise looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So um, to see the merchandise turn out the way that it has as well is a slap in the face to me, and there's a slap in the face to everybody in the comments. Equally as well, this whole era has to end because I'm telling you right now, the longer Chibnall and Taker keep silent, the more the show's going to go down the shitter, in my opinion. And like, I know, I know I'm getting animated again here, right? Somebody's got to come out and actually say something. Everybody's just is sitting there looking like idiots, basically waiting to find out what's happening. And come on, baby, see or Chernobyl or take a somebody just come out and tell us what's happening now before the show gets damaged even further in regards to the reputation. Because I'm telling you, this is even because this is even us than the behind the scenes chaos in the 80s. As I said a couple of days ago in my post. So basically, if somebody doesn't say anything soon, I think we're looking at a permanent cancellation in the not too far future because the show's going to keep getting damaged until somebody comes out and says something.
Here's the thing. A year ago today, I think it was a year ago today or a year ago this week, they said, the adipose on crack was on screen. So anybody doesn't know what that is, that's what I call the thing. I call it an adipose on crack. So we had
Jesus.
so a year ago today we had that episode.
Oh Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, that's an abomination. That is one of the worst episodes of television. Not even just Doctor.
I know.
But that's one of the worst episodes of television I've seen in my goddamn life, basically. And I'm telling you, I was so embarrassed that night that I actually sat down and watched that because I think that's actually damaged my eye. You just watching it that one time.
It is, even in the reviews, it's considered one of the worst episodes. I mean, the thing was supposed to be the most vicious thing in the universe.
And then
it looks like a little adipose on crack, it does, and it's the most vicious thing in the world because it eats metal.
And then you've got that fucking pregnant guy. I mean, what is that all about? The tone of the episode was all over the place. I was sitting there with my head in my hands the whole entire episode, and I'm like, how the hell did this episode get commissioned? Or the BBC that brain dead that they couldn't check up on what Chibnall was doing. Basically, their head was up their arse. Basically, they should have kept an eye on Chibnall.
Yeah, I would have kept an eye on Chibnall as well if I had seen that. I mean, it wasn't even convincing though. That was the thing. And by the way, that pregnant man looked like a younger Chris Chibnall.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. I agree with you. I don't know what that episode is. Absolutely an abomination.
Oh my god!
It's horrible.
I'm telling you, as I said, that's damaged my view to a bit, basically, and I'm telling you, that episode should never be broadcast on BBC or on or whatever channel is that they show the repeats on. Because I'm telling you, it's that bad that it should never see the light of day again, in my opinion.
This whole era shouldn't see the light
Exactly,
of
yeah.
day, but it will.
Exact, exactly well said. I mean, like, if I could ask Cherno, Chris Cherno this one question, it'd be Cherno, series 11, what the hell were you thinking? And that would be my question, because the whole series, I didn't know what the hell he was trying to do with it. And I'm not just saying that because I absolutely hate the guy's writing. I genuinely don't know what the hell that guy was actually thinking when it comes to writing this series, because it was just a complete and utter mess, basically.
I wonder when Series 11 stopped, when it stopped filming and it aired, and he was sitting down to write Series 12. I wonder what was going through his head, because if he thought that, because he genuinely thinks that series was great, because he won't take criticism, right? He even says he doesn't read reviews, which is bullshit. Everybody reads reviews.
Yeah, like, sorry for cutting you off,
No,
but like, did I not hear say, Paul said on a call with us here and one of your other I streams a couple of streams ago, he basically said everybody checks the review using that, and I agree with that 100%. That was a very spot on comment from Paul as usual. But basically, the fact of the matter is, so I don't buy this crap that Jodie Whittaker didn't understand the whole significance of the role. Basically, I'm sorry, but Doctor Who's been going for 50 years. You must be pretty stupid intellectual if you don't actually know how big Doctor Who is. Okay, is it's an iconic British sci-fi show. Everybody knows what Doctor Who is, even though you might not be a fan of it, you still know how big, how big how big the show actually is. So I don't buy that excuse at all.
what do you think? Where now? Question I should ask
Yeah.
is why do you think there has been so little promotion or so little coming out about Series 12 this year? I mean, you remember
But,
last year the amount of promotion that was done. Now, the
yeah.
first image that we obviously got is not even Jodie Whittaker in that image.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's so little promotion?
Because the BBC are just starting to realise, oh my God, they've screwed up basically. And like, see, during the promotion campaigns and ads that you've seen, basically they were all so cringe. I mean, I remember that the last you win trailer shattering, and then it's to get Jodie Whittaker going, oops, basically. And that has got to be the most horrific, horrific trailer I've ever seen. And like to basically combat that for this series, BBC have probably just decided, right, let's tone down the advertising for the this for this next series, because I think they've realised how cringe of their advertising for the previous series had been because you had all these crappy YouTube videos and all that, and it was just so cringe. I think I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, people are making comments about some of the villains that were in Series 11. And we don't really talk, we haven't really spoken, but we have criticized, but we haven't really spoke about them. So let's start off in the first episode. The villain, obviously, in the first episode was Tim Shaw.
Tim Shaw, the Tooth Fairy monster.
Or the Tooth Outlaws, I like to call him.
Yep.
Right, what did you think of him? Now, I will say one thing. Before he took off his mask, I thought, actually, this is not a bad looking villain, right?
Yeah.
And then when he took off the mask, then I said, put back on the mask. I totally like. I actually remember laughing. Was my first reaction, and then going mental. A tooth monster. Are you for fucking real?
Yeah, I thought like I thought the mask he had on his face looked impressive, but then when he took the mask off and then you seen his actual face, I was like that. Jesus Christ, this cannot be a Doctor Who villain. Now, admittedly, I liked the mask he had on his face. I thought the mask looked cool, but when he took it off, I'm like that. Holy shit! This cannot be a monster and Doctor Who. I'm telling you, Chris, you cannot write sci-fi.
I was running, and then do you know what I was thinking? Best way of defeating this Tim Shaw was to throw a bunch of mouthwash over him.
Yeah.
That's it, game over. Nah, stupid monster. Salad. Then he killed Salad Guy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Justice for Salad Guy.
Oh my god, I don't even remember the first episode. All I remember is that stupid moment where she falls through the train basically. She should have been dead after that fall, because Tom Baker fell off
Mother Sugar Buzz.
at the end of series 18. So how could she survive a fall through a train? It doesn't make any sense. It's the most stupid thing I've ever seen in a Doctor Who episode. Now, if you fast them forward through series 11, you still got stupid stuff. You had the pretend, or as you call them, the adipose on crack. If you do, am I supposed to buy that thing as a credible villain? I'm sorry, but the villain's only 2 foot over. Oh, if I'm big well, basically, am I supposed to in my boots, basically? And then you fast forward, and then you've got that stupid talking frog that takes the voice, and it takes the voice of dreams. A poorly rendered CGI talking.
That frog. Hold on. Right? That's the one I want to talk about, that frog, for a minute. Because that frog is the perfect example of where BBC. That was the point where BBC ran out of money. Because they threw so much into the first episode, they had no more money. So they gave you a poorly rendered version of a bloody talking frog, for God's sake.
Yeah. Like sitting on a chair as well. I mean, come on.
I
I mean,
know.
come. Come on, Chris. No, even an 8-year-old kid can come up with something better. Although, don't say that, because you'll end up with something like the Absorber off again if you create a Peter. So that's probably the better off being left in the past as well. But like, say, Series 11 was utter and I think I will never go back and revisit that series. And like, and I'm telling you, because there's episodes in every other series, but there you go. Oh, that's a decent episode. There's usually a couple in a series that you think, oh, that's actually, and then, or that's actually a good episode, but and you come to the series 11 and the revival, and you go, nah, there's not a good episode amongst this 11 pack of shit. Basically, I was so embarrassed by the whole series.
Yeah, as a Whovian, we should be embarrassed because it was an embarrassment. But Daniel, look at it. Listen, we've run out of time. Now, you don't worry your head about that other issue. I'll text them. I don't know if he's actually replied back to me, but he did text me there. So we'll sort it out. It's a misunderstanding. But you don't need to overreact, right? Because everything will be fine. It's nothing. And you don't have to give up on the fandom. You have a nice little community here. We all like having you around. Excuse me, that's all the candy.
Yeah.
We like having you around. So listen, still do your YouTube channel like you planned and all that business. Don't let this fandom bring you down, alright?
Yeah, I was going to actually say to you, I'm going to actually attempt to on shit right after the new year, after the new year, because it's coming up to Christmas, and everybody will be doing their own separate sort of stuff, basically. So wait until after Christmas before I attempt to do that. Secondly, as well, like, I apologise for overreacting, but believe it or not, I was in a pretty good mood, believe it or not. Basically, I mean, like, because I just saw my scalp hubs for I've at Hampton Park, so I was in a good mood.
Well, listen, it's all good. I've already spoken to Matrix Lord, so we'll soon figure this out. But again, look, Daniel, there's going to be people out there that are going to try, cause trouble between all of us and try to turn people. Look at this troll was definitely trying to turn yous against me, right? But I know yous are all smart enough. Now that they can't get through me, they're trying other methods, and unfortunately, there's been a misunderstanding somewhere, and that's all it is. And I think he knows. He knows it's a troll as well. So, look, all I'm just saying is you don't upset yourself about it. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you during the week anyway. So, keep your chin up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, cool.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
See you later.
See ya.
And that was Daniel, everybody. Great call as usual. But listen, we all have bad days. And we all do let things get to us, including me. Shit does get to me too. At the end of the day, you got to remember there's more important things to be upset about and worried about than some fucking idiot that has nothing better to do than to troll people and to try cause problems between people. And we're better than that. Now I see Rick is here as well. So I'll have you down on the call list because obviously we had started the calls. So I have me list. So you're going to be the last caller. You were supposed to be the first caller, but because I started the calls and I've already got the list done. But don't worry, there's only 2 callers ahead of you tonight because we have so few callers tonight. There is a bug going on. I know some people are sick as well. To be honest with you, I say by next week now we'll have a packed call list. Right. Excuse me. See all that. See, once I start eating. So if anybody's wondering what I was munching on during Daniel's call, I got these bad boys. All right. I still have my lollipops to go. Of course, the old drumsticks. You've all seen them. And the love hearts. Do you remember the love hearts? But they don't do them the same anymore because you can hardly see the writing on them. Right, then of course you've got these bad little boys. Oh, and you've got one of their fizzy lollies with the little dragon on it. And you've already probably seen me munch a couple of these already, and the old refresher bars. But the yellow ones, no, the yellow coloured refresher bars are the original ones. These were the second flavours that they brought out. Oh, and they also have apple and black. Oh no, they also have apple and blackcurrant in them, but they don't have them in this bag, which is pissing me off because I love the drumsticks. Everybody loves drumsticks. If you haven't had these, right, even if you are in America, seriously, try get these drumsticks. Right, they're chewy, but I guarantee you'll be in heaven. Heaven. Right, next call. Enough about me and me sweets. Oh, see, Amy has popped in as well. Welcome, Amy. Just Excelsior is here as well. And I have you down on the call list now, my friend. But just be around when I ring you, okay? Because everybody's getting an extra 5 minutes tonight. And as soon as the calls are finished, we're going to end the stream. Because nobody wants to hear me, because I'll just go on another rant. And to be honest with you, I think I've upset a few people, which is understandable because people are saying I'm ranting a bit too much, which is probably a fair point. But I haven't had anything positive to talk about, as I said. If I had positive things to talk about, I would. Right? I mean, this is why I can't wait for all this, for the news, Doctor Who news to start coming out, BBC to start officially announce something, so I can talk about a trailer or I can talk about something other than a poster. You know? Right. Gonna bring on my good friend before it gets too late. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Oh, here's another thing as well, right? To get you kind of more involved in the videos that I actually do. So as you know, I do some slideshow videos, right? Now, I've done some art videos from a mystery artist, right? And I've also been putting up some articles, and I choose a bit of music to go with it. If there's any songs that you guys would like me to use for a video, then do me a favor after this live stream tonight, right? Go into the comment section of this live stream when it pops up, right? Not the live comments. Obviously, there's a comment section as well. You can go in and then leave me a song that you would like me to use for my next few videos, if you would like. See, the music that I'm putting up now and the songs that I'm putting up are music that I actually like, believe it or not, right? Not the dramatic music and all that I put up, but the actual songs that I do put up from the art, the bands that I put up and stuff. That's actually music that I actually like. So you're getting a taster of the kind of music that I like. But I like a lot more, believe it or not. But if there's any songs that you would like to hear, or if you have a favourite song that you would like me to use for one of my videos, then let me know later on, yeah? Right, gonna get on my next guest while I try to open this refresher bar that I've messed up because my hands are too warm. Right. Shit.
Hello.
Hello. Who am I speaking to?
You are speaking to the speaking clock. The time is currently 10 past 11.
Okay, tell me, what appointments have I made for tomorrow?
Sleep.
Yes.
And then live stream.
Oh, you know me so well, Neil. Okay. So, my friend. Yeah.
And I was loving the Fugees lyrics there, by the way.
Thank you. I was wondering, will you know? Of course you did.
I knew the song, yes, definitely.
Yeah, we're old school. We know music. Unlike them today.
If you'd have asked my missus, she preferred her when she was in Sister Act, but I thought the band wasn't too bad.
Oh, the Fugees were great. But let's be honest. What's her name again? Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a stuck-up cow.
I haven't seen anything from her for years.
She's full of herself.
I mean, she tried her hand at sort of everything, didn't she? Acting, singing. I think she was literally trying to get famous any way she could.
Well, I mean, she was in Sister Act 2, and Whoopi Goldberg tried to give her a bit of advice because even Whoopi talks about her. And she said she had this arrogance about her. And she tried to give her advice, and she was having none of it. Lauryn Hill is just a stuck-up little cow. She knows she's a great singer, but she wants everybody to know that she is. And I hate people like that.
And the thing is, why wouldn't you take advice from Whoopi Goldberg? I mean, she's a legend.
Exactly.
But never mind. Some people think they know better, don't they? But I just point out, yes, Stephen, I am from the Black Country, which was probably the worst Black Country accent you've ever heard in your life. Not that you probably know many Black Country accents.
I'm from the Black Country.
I don't know where that was from. I don't know where that was from, Noel.
I was trying to do a Yorkshire accent.
Yeah, I do. My accent lets me down the sort of A up where you come from. Not A up. That's from further north. Where you've been. That's the sort of way we talk around here.
Yeah. It's great when I see it when people try doing an Irish accent. It's so funny because they can never do it.
I don't try.
Yeah. Cheryl has actually tries to do an Irish accent. I wish she was here because like she actually does do a funny Irish accent when she tries to do it. Like it's funny. Like it's nowhere near an Irish accent, but it's absolutely funny. Seriously, you have you in stitches. You had me in stitches the other day actually doing it.
Well, I mean, the reason I never try is because I'd probably end up doing the wrong Irish accent. I'd probably end up doing a Northern Irish accent when we're talking about Ireland. And then that can be quite insulting.
Well, we're moving on.
But now I'm terrible at accents. My own accent's bad enough.
Right. So let's get down to business. What would you like to talk about?
Oh dear. Well, obviously we've got the what we've already been talking about, or what you've already been pointing out about the trolling again.
Mm-hmm.
It's, to be honest, Noel, I saw notifications about the comment that the one made about to me. Didn't believe it was something you'd said for a minute, so I ignored it. And you had already taken care of it and removed it by the time I saw the notification anyway.
Yeah.
So I really struggle to understand why they have to do it. I really do, because it does not. I can't see what they're gaining out of it. I really can't see what they're gaining out of it, because unless you are seriously deranged, unless you're getting a buzz off it, because there's no other gain.
Well,
it's always going to come out that it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Like you quite rightly pointed out, it's very simple to check whether that person has subscribers or videos, and obviously the trolls tend to have one or two subscribers at the most, and no video content, because they've just made the account to troll. So it's very easy to find out. I mean, clearly, the trouble is, I think with things that have gone on, obviously it's all under the carpet now and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
But with things that have gone on, it's always going to create a little bit of confusion.
Yes.
Is the best word to describe it. It's always going to bring in that little bit of confusion. I think what everybody needs to be aware of and certain of is take everything that you see in a comment on anything with a pinch of salt until you have confirmed it. Don't fly off the handle. Don't jump to any conclusions about what people are saying, because if it's something bad, I mean, you should be able to tell just straight away, because if it's out of character for somebody, then you should know that it's not going to be them saying it.
Well, in fairness, I think people in this channel already know that.
Yeah.
You know, I always do try and reply back to as many people as I can, but you know when I'm replying back, I've never told someone, like, for example, the comment that was made, one comment in particular was, it was to Paul, and it was basically to tell Paul to shut up, right? Your comment was towards Neil was, stop licking me arse, will you?
That's right. Yeah, that's
and then there was another one then saying where, why do I like going into the other room and jacking off to me nephew's photographs?
Yeah.
Right, that was another.
I've got to stop you on that one. What brain comes up with that?
I know. I know. It's sick.
It is, isn't it?
It's sick. It's vile. It is. It's actually sick. It's bordering on insanity. You're right. It is. It's psychotic behavior. It needs to stop. Look, there's someone right. I already know that I have someone that's following me around anyway, because they've commented on other people's videos that I've been commenting in, and I know who that person is. Now, if that's the same person with another account, if you're the person that is behind this, and I'm just going to give you a bit of a warning here. If it is, remember, I still have all that evidence from the time before, right? And just because Daddy came to rescue you this time, Daddy won't be able to rescue you from the police the next time if this is you. So if you've been sick enough to set up an account and pretend to be me and are going around and saying those vile things, trust me, right, you won't get away with it. All right? So you as well, stalker, need to back off, because I'm sick of you as well following me around and commenting on other people's videos and actually badmouth me when you actually haven't got a shred of evidence. Right, this is what's happening. It has created. What's happened is people that have came to attack this channel, right, all of a sudden see an opportunity. Other people then are looking at this and saying, well, they're attacking now, maybe we can attack now. And this is what's happening. You can all back up. I told you from day one, this channel ain't going nowhere. This community ain't going nowhere, right? You can try everything you can do, right? You could try to cause friction between me and other YouTubers. Nobody's buying your bullshit. Now, do me a favor. As Neil said, it's bordering on psychotic. Go and see your doctor, right? Go and ask him to prescribe you happy pills or some not mental pills, because you're clearly mental and worried in the head. All right. Now, this is what will have to eventually happen, guys. If it keeps happening, right? I don't mind if it's just one person. Obviously, you can handle one person. But if this keeps happening, I will have to disable comments. I'm sorry. And that's one thing that I don't want to do, because as far as I'm concerned, that would kill me channel, to be quite honest with you, because I allow comments because I interact with you and other people interact with each other. But maybe I'll have to start not even disable the comments. Maybe I'll have to approve everybody's comment. And there'll have to be steps.
Well, I was just
taken.
about to say there are a lot of YouTubers that put on comment approval, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
but I didn't want to do that.
I tell you what, if you're a genuine enough person, you don't mind having your comment approved.
True.
You know, I've got post approval on my Facebook group. Now, it did, when I initially set it up, I lost probably 3 members who were just the ones that were clearly going to put up things that weren't appropriate. So, and if you're genuine and your comments that you're going to put on are, you know, sensible, nice, not going to be insulting or anything like that, then you've got no problem with comment approval.
Sure, I've already got some keywords put in. If anybody says certain keywords, like, you know, all the normal bad words, so their post is automatically held for review anyway.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do that for everybody, because that's why I've always tried to keep me channels from being censored.
I understand that, because I mean it does borderline on the sort of.
I don't want to become the people that I'm fighting against, because I accuse them of censorship and stuff. I can't be censoring people. It's not the way I'm built anyway. I'll figure out a way.
I think people will understand it if you get in these sort of trolling comments. I think people will understand it.
I know. It's just annoying. It shouldn't have to happen, but it's the modern age that we're living in.
It is. The keyboard warrior is the latest soldier in this world. But unfortunately, they're not an honourable soldier. And they will still come out with these sort of things, hiding behind their computer screens. They will, you know, it's very rare. You won't get, I very much doubt you'd get somebody on a live call like this and say that sort of comment to you, because they won't have the balls to do it. But when they're sat there just tapping away on their keyboard in anonymity,
I know,
with their paper bags over their heads, then they don't, you know, they don't care what they say.
Exactly. But you know what? Europe and the rest of the world is catching up now, because trolls now will be held account. This will be held account. The thing about it is they're already starting to crack down on YouTube. They'll do it on Facebook. They'll do it on Twitter. And trust me, there will be prosecutions, right? Especially if you drive someone to suicide if you're a troll, right? And that is a very real possibility. And use people, and I'm actually talking to you trolls directly now, if you are watching this video. You do not realise the damage, or you probably do and you don't care, but you should care, because it doesn't just affect the people that you're trolling. It affects their families too, because obviously their mood changes and stuff, and it affects family life, right? You don't understand the amount of damage that you are doing. You are causing an awful lot of psychological damage to a person. And some of them have been, and we've seen it over this last year. I've reported it on this channel. I even did a video on it of those YouTubers. There was a couple of YouTubers within the space of a couple of weeks of each other that killed themselves because of the constant bullying and trolling from you parasites. You need to stop doing what you are doing. But you know what? The law is catching up, and you will be prosecuted, and you will be named and shamed. And if I ever find out who are the people behind who's trolling me, well, trust me, I'll do what this channel used to do. I'll splatter you all over my YouTube channel, and I will expose you, because you will not get away with ruining people's lives. I seen Matrix Lord video today, right? And what struck me was you could see he was he was clearly flustered, right?
That's what I thought when I saw it.
Right, and everybody's messaging me. Noel, have you seen his latest video? You probably need to go and talk to him. The chap is in a bit of a. He seems to be upset. Right?
He was getting a bit sort of confused.
He was, and I was watching the video, and I'm being honest, and he'll hate me saying this, but I felt fucking sorry for him. Right? It's not fucking nice. It's not. It's happened to me. These people, you need to fucking stop. Right? Look.
I mean, it was all bad. It was bad timing because I think it was just you were busy at the time. He was trying to contact you. You know, I mean, obviously, what I know because I speak to you quite a lot, and I know if you're busy. If I send you a message and you're busy, I just wait. I just wait for the reply because I know it'll come. I know the reply will come, but I'm not going to keep pestering you while I know you're busy.
And here's the thing I could try. How about I try? Sorry, Neil, I'll give you a few more minutes anyway because I always do this to you. But what Extra Mikey actually made a point. I thought the stream was over 18s anyway. Maybe I will have to do that. Maybe that is the best way to combat that because they have to sign in. But then the likes of people that watch me that don't cause any trouble, that are under 18 and are going to be punished because of a couple of trolls as well. So again,
the thing is, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sort of step on anybody's toes, but even being over 18, you should have a little bit of restraint in what you're going to say. There's no reason to. I don't. Yes, the odd word comes out when we're on these live calls, but there's no reason to constantly swear and things like that when you're on these calls. It just doesn't. There's no need for it. So even if it was an 18 plus stream, I would still expect people to act like adults because I think it's actually, in some cases, the younger you are, the more you'll say stupid things. I mean, you know, I'm not tarring everybody with the same brush, but I know I've got 3 teenage lads, so I know they come out with some nonsense. So it's, you know, the older you are, the more sort of restrained you can be and more sensible you can be in your comments. So I'm all for having a laugh. Everybody has to have a laugh and a joke. You know, I mean, with this stream's full of little jokes and things like that, you know, and that's what makes it great. But, you know, there's always, if you are an adult, if you are 18 plus or supposedly an adult, then you should be able to moderate yourself. You should be able to not have to have somebody say to you, don't say that, don't talk about this, because it's just, you're in a public, technically this is a public forum, and not everybody's going to have the same views as you. Not everybody's going to like the language that you use. Not everybody's going to like your beliefs and your views. So you've still got to moderate yourself in terms of what you write and say. Obviously, I don't tie you with the same brush, Noel. It's your channel. You say what you like. But in terms of the actual comments, you know, people have to just have that little bit of restraint, I think. So,
exactly. As Neil says, I rule with an iron fist, and if I want to use fuck this and fuck that and F this and F that, I will. If I tell you can't, well then you can't. I'm only messing. No, I have to cut that out as well though. But yeah, he's right, he's spot on in everything he said. What you call Ted? You know why Ted is up here? Ted is not up here because he loves his daddy and he wants attention. Ted is up here because he can see the big bag of sweets that daddy's been munching on all night and he wants them. Isn't that right?
Oh, Sugar Rush Teddy, that could be fun.
Oh no, Sugar Rush Teddy is not fun. We don't give him any sweets. I gave him sweets one night and it was the worst thing I ever did. Trust me.
I tend to avoid sweets with our dog. She'll pinch crisps off me from time to time.
That'd be like giving a cocaine to a rabbit, for fuck's sake. Jesus.
What a thought that'd be.
Mad. Yeah, but it's getting ridiculous. But it's great. I'm glad you've highlighted this for this call because obviously I didn't want to keep going on about it all night, but I'm glad someone has addressed it. But it is this fandom. This could be a whole stream on its own, talking about this fandom. We could do it all night, to be quite honest with you. But I mean,
like I said at the start, I think we just need to all be mindful that every comment might not be true, might not be coming from the right person.
exactly.
And if you do see something or you do hear something, check out where it's come from before you make any kind of jump into conclusions.
Exactly.
And all that sort of stuff.
No,
I mean, that's why
check
it's why
it.
I said to you earlier on tonight, or why I sent you the message that Matrix Lord was getting, a bit worried is the best word for it, I think. Because you just, I think in some respects between you and Matrix Lord, because of the issues that you've had, I think it's very easy for him to, or one of you, to sort of start thinking, is that right? Is that real?
Yeah, but as soon as we made up, that someone tried before, and we thought they gave up. You see, but they're obviously back again to try store it up again. Look at little do you realise, you little twat. Me and Matrix Lord talk on Twitter and everything now. So like, trying to cause friction between us, you're actually barking up the wrong tree there, mate. Or whoever you are, you psychopath. Go and get some help. Yeah, clearly need some. You little lula. Living in his head. I'm living in your head, rent free 24/7, mate. Whoever you are.
I said that to you as well earlier. It's quite flattering, really, for them to impersonate you to such a point where they're trying to make you look bad. Clearly, what they're trying to do is make you look bad.
Oh yeah.
Which means in their eyes you look too good. So in their eyes, you're looking too good, so they need to bring you down a peg or two. So that is quite flattering.
Try bring me down a peg or two. But you know what? See, here's the thing, and I keep saying it to these idiots. How many times have people come and tried to take this channel down? You aren't going to succeed because you need to realise I've got support. Look at me channel. It's grown. You know what I mean? Don't need help off anybody. It's grown organically. It's grown naturally. I've built up a community, right? People know who I am, right? People know how honest I am. People know you're not going to be able to, whatever your little game is, you're not going to be able to discredit me, right? So you might as well, look, you're saving, I'll save you all the hassle. I said the same thing to Crystal D. I said the same thing to Ben Cook and all those others, right? Quit now, because you're better off, because you haven't met a person like me before, because I don't stop, right? That's the thing. I want people before me that come after me. I don't stop. I'll come after you and I'll make sure that you are gone. End of. Simple as that. You will never annoy me again. That's the way I do it. I go in for the kill. I don't mess around. I don't make idle threats. Yeah. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I say I'm going to expose someone, I'll expose them. I don't care of the consequences. I never do. So you need to get through these thick skulls that if you come after me and I find out who you are, I'm not going to stop until you are begging for mercy, because that's what I do. And yes,
I can absolutely vouch that Noel has no filter.
Exactly. And not only that, others on Twitter, right? And this is not being bragging or anything. Others on Twitter have tried, right? And they all back off now, right? You hear, you go on to Twitter and you write in Noel Tardis on. Go on, I dare you all. Go in and watch the shit that's being said about me on Twitter, right? I'm public enemy #1 on Twitter. Do you think I give a flying fuck? No, I don't. It eggs me on. By the way, just to talk about the J-bots, thank you very much. I never thought when I put the re-edit of Jodie Whittaker's Yellow up, right? I never thought it'd get the reaction that it got. I.e., when I put the original version of Yellow up, the one that Whittaker did, I didn't think, when it got the 2,000 views, I thought, okay, that's great. Yeah, that's brilliant, right? But as of now, and thanks to the J-bots, it's my most successful video on YouTube. It has over 7,000 views. 7,000 views. Thank you, J-bots. Thank you very much.
Even your edited ones got over 1,200.
Yeah.
Like that.
And the re-edited one that I did myself, obviously, I'll give you a few minutes because I've been whacking away, I've been yapping away. I was saying a different word there. It nearly came out.
You were.
It nearly came out there, right? But that one's after getting 1,200 views. By the way, also the little hashtag not my Whittaker video on Twitter that I did, that's been up, about 2 months now? That's about to hit 4,000 views. I also put up a video earlier that people criticised. Actually, I got a lot of stick off this, right? So, there was, so I went around to see, Doctor Who is supposed to be popular, isn't it? So I looked at other YouTubers that were doing videos on it, right? And I put it up and I said, proof why Jodie with Series 11 was a failure. Now, I put this one in one particular group, and I swear to God, I'm not causing World War III in the group. Right, number one, I'm public enemy number one anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sexist, I'm misogynistic, all the usual things. But what's funny about it is I've said absolutely nothing, and they're tearing each other apart here all over this one video because I've showed them the lie. And the reason why I put the video up is because they all have 10, 12,000, some have 50,000 views, some have 70,000 views. And the point that I was trying to make is that if Series 11 was so successful, then why is so many of these channels that are doing videos that actually say that Series 11 wasn't a success are getting all of these views? That was me point in the video. I was showing the fandom that this little lie that Series 11 is successful can actually be proven on YouTube by the amount of videos that are dedicated to this era of Doctor Who and the ones that actually slate this era and the amount of views. Now, you go to a video that's talking positively about Series 11, there's not many of them that will get higher views than the ones that are saying that this era is a write-off, right? That was the point. Or maybe I should have put those videos up as well just to kind of hammer it home. But I just wanted to show you all that this series is not, it never will be. It's a failure.
No. Well, we all know it, don't we? We all know that. And it is quite funny sometimes to wind them up and watch them go, because you've literally just got to light the flame sometimes or light the spark. And
well, I didn't do it deliberately. I wanted to actually do a video that highlighted the fact that people accuse this channel of being negative. But look at the amount of videos that people did on Series 11, Jodie Whittaker's acting, Chris Chibnall's writing, all getting over 13,000, 14,000 views, right? 70,000 views in some videos. This was my point. How many? There wasn't even that many people watching fucking Doctor Who Series 11, streaming wise.
The biggest one that gets me with anybody who's praising Series 11 and Jodie Whittaker is how it's the best thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's the comments I take sort of offence at the most.
I know,
she's the best. She's the best Doctor. It's the best series ever. It's the best effects ever, best music ever. And I'm sorry, you cannot. I don't know. I don't care who you are. Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Exactly.
Everybody is entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't care who you are. You cannot say out of the technically 13, I know, and 14 if you count the War Doctor, actors that have played the Doctor, she is the best. There's no sane person on this planet that can say she is the best out of all 14 of those actors, 15 if you include Peter Cushing, that have played the Doctor.
Well, believe it or not, there is fans out there that actually think she is. And but
the trouble is, I don't think that's what they actually think. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction. I think it's literally they're just saying it because they want to defend her. They want to just say she is the best. But I don't think actually any of them would legitimately think she was the best.
Yeah, it annoys me the way they hold her up as it's not even justified though. That's the thing. If it was justified, I wouldn't have it'd kill me to say it. But if it was justified, I would say, yeah, okay, it's justified. I'd hate saying it, but it'd be the truth. But there's nothing. She has done nothing. And it's down to Chris Chibnall, obviously. He's let her down big time. But
there is an element to that, yes, I can't deny that.
But the thing about it is she hasn't given us a performance where I've said, wow, even that speech, like every Doctor gets to do a speech in New Who. Her speech
my
was the weakest one.
Is though, if that had been an actor like Peter Capaldi, or Christopher Eccleston, who are extremely versatile actors and have done, I've seen them in some very powerful performances. I'm not saying David Tennant and Matt Smith haven't, but they're a lot younger and they haven't had the experience that Peter Capaldi and Christopher Eccleston have. If they were acting these scripts and this writing now, I think they could have pulled a better performance out, because they're the sort of actors, I think, that would point out the flaws in the writing. I mean, there's a lot of actors that literally do exactly as they're told, but then there's a hell of a lot of actors that will sort of say, this character wouldn't say that, this character wouldn't do that, because I know she was told not to research it, but obviously a good actor would have ignored that.
Exactly.
And they would have gone ahead, researched it, and then they'd have come to Chris Tribnall's first script and gone, like, just take, for example, in that episode where you have Jodie at the end ranting at the tough monster, whatever he was called, and she'd already planned his death, basically. She'd got those explosives, was it, that she'd planted back on him, and all this sort of stuff. I don't see that the Doctor would have. I don't see the Doctor doing that. I never saw that the Doctor would have actually set explosives to blow somebody up. I think it would have been an extremely last resort to even contemplate killing, and the Doctor would have been way more intelligent and found a different solution to stop that monster.
He actually did in The Mutants. I only watched that last night. He actually did blow up someone that was at a control panel. He had rigged the control panel to actually explode. So he has actually done it before, believe it or not.
It's been a long time since I've watched The Mutants. So was it something that was an absolute last resort?
Yeah, it was a last resort. Yeah, it was the weather manipulation machine that was tampering with the people that were living on the planet, and it was causing mutations, or so they thought. But then it turned out it was a natural progression. But because they were tampering with the air, it was basically, it was in some of them it prematurely happened. So that's what the episode. But yeah, he did blow someone up. Like, so it has happened before.
To be fair, I'd forgotten about that story. I just look at episodes like even if you just take ones out of New Who, Parting of the Ways, when Christopher Eccleston's Doctor has created this thing that can wipe out the Daleks and wipe out half the population of the Earth or whatever it is, but can't actually push that button.
Yeah.
Because he's too much of a coward to push that button.
Yeah. And I'll agree with you, it's a New Who trait, but in Old Who, the Doctor's killed a few people. I've been watching it. So he hasn't. But I will agree with you. It has been in those situations where there's been no other way. So
yeah. I think if there's been absolutely no way, he's been forced to do it. But in that story of that with that tooth face, I don't think that Doctor even explored the other options before doing that. It was like a premeditated, I'm planting these explosives on you without you even realizing, and you don't do as I tell you, and I'm going to blow you up. And that to me is where it falls down.
Yeah. Amy just says she's actually in the middle of watching the War Games. Yeah, I've been watching, as I said, from Bill all the way back up again.
I watched it when Terrence Dicks died, because
great,
it was his first
great story. Actually, the War Games is brilliant. Actually, the end.
It is, and I mean, I reckon that would have been. I suppose in terms of production-wise, that would have been quite an easy story to put together, because it was literally just a lot of period costumes. But the actual complexity of that story,
it's brilliant,
and it's really, really good. But that's Terrence Dicks' writing for you.
Different things happening in it all the time. That's what I love about classic Who episodes, right? And even some Moffat episodes.
And because it was the introduction of the Time Lords as well. Obviously, it was a really good way to bring those into it.
Yeah, didn't like them.
The Time Lords back then.
Yeah, didn't like them.
I mean, I don't think you were supposed to ever like the Time Lords.
Yeah.
It was like that's why the Doctor always ran away from them and all that sort of stuff. I don't think you're ever supposed to like Time Lords, but it was still nice to hear it because we'd only up until that point we'd only ever had like the Time Meddler, the Meddling Monk, and we knew he was a member of the Doctor's race, but we didn't know anything about where they came from and all this. So there had to be a point where they were going to introduce the backstory of where he came from, and just the fact that, like you've just rightly pointed out, because they're not likable, it makes you realise why the Doctor had to leave.
Yeah,
couldn't stay in that society. So yeah, it's I suppose it's the old story, isn't it? Of absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that's what the Time Lords were. So, but there we go. I've waffled on about nonsense too long.
right. So Daniel first, then it was you. Who else did I say? Oh, Stephen, and then Rick. Right.
You said you've got a couple of ones that had popped in, and
yeah. Do me a favor before you do actually leave. The usual shout outs that you do, your channels and all that, because we have to keep supporting each other as we do. So go ahead, mate.
I want to say a big thank you as well, because I hit my 300 members on my Facebook group after mentioning it in the stream on Friday.
Nice one.
I'm actually up to 302.
Great. Brilliant.
So I got my members, and to celebrate, I updated all my logos and everything yesterday, as we know. I won't go into detail about that.
No, we will actually. So what happened was that, as you know, I have a mystery artist that I don't like to name because the mystery artist obviously didn't want to be named.
He's named himself now, hasn't he? Really?
Well, he's given himself a bit of a name, but he hasn't actually come out and said who.
No.
But but it is a guy. Obviously, he is known now. But obviously, the artist did right. The story behind this artist is the artist kind of lost passion, like a lot of people, and then found my channel and start listening, and then decided that they wanted to do a bit of artwork for this channel. And I was totally honoured because you have obviously seen the artwork, and it's been totally amazing. And for that gobshite, and I'll say it again, for that idiot that keeps disliking the artwork, you really truly are a vile piece of shit, because it's someone else's artwork. It's a different Whovians artwork. You claim to be a Doctor Who fan, but you're actually disliking a fellow Whovians artwork. Like, if that's how petty you are, you know what I mean? You really need to get a life. I'm sorry, but it's annoyed me. So anyway, cut a long story short, Neil and this artist then somehow got talking. I don't know the full story, but anyway,
it was a surprise to me as well. Let's put it like that.
Right, but obviously this artist knows Neil from being on calls with me, so decided that they go. But the good thing about this is that the guy's passion has been reignited to do art again, and for me, that's the biggest compliment that this channel can have. If it's reignited someone's passion, right, then I'm over the moon. That's all. That's all I've ever wanted. Like, I've even said, if one person even listened to me, I've done my job. I don't care. You know what I mean? It is. So he's worked on art for Neil as well, and I don't know if you have checked it out, but you should check it out. So it's brilliant. And
he's completely redesigned me a new logo for the pages and the stuff like that. So and it was all out of the blue. He literally just offered to do it. Yeah,
and he's a stickler. The one I have up on my YouTube channel is not the finished article, believe it or not, because he's a stickler for being a perfectionist.
Oh, I know. He keeps saying he's working on yours all the time.
Yeah.
So you're
because we want something special,
Yes, mate. You deserve an amazing logo. I mean, he's what you've got now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's great.
It's better than what I had. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quite funny, really, because we spent, I would say, on and off, probably about 8 hours on Saturday working on different versions of Milo. It was ridiculous, but this guy is such a perfectionist, and he is a genius, absolute genius. I'll just say to Matthew, yes, Dan only lives up the road from me, and I mean literally a bus ride up the road from me, so that's why we sound similar. He's saying he gets me and Dan mixed up with the accents.
I nearly killed myself.
So yeah, we're in neighbouring towns.
Right, give your channels a shout out there anyway.
They're obviously Not My Doctor Who, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and please like, join, subscribe, all that jazz.
Exactly. And don't forget, he does great videos, as I said. So if you still haven't subscribed, why? I'm only messing. Go and subscribe. Right, Neil. Sure.
Pleasure as always, Noel.
I'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Hope you don't, mate.
Have a good one.
Night all.
Good night. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
I'll get away. I didn't know au revoir. Don't be making a show of me, man. Go on. And that was Neil, everybody. That annoys me. Someone called the Doctor a wizard, which means the person that wrote the article doesn't know that the Doctor is a time-traveling alien. Yeah. I hate the way, yeah. See these so-called journalists nowadays. Yeah, I say so-called because none of them seem to have a degree in or any sort of basic level of education. Yeah. Right. So, let's see. I don't know if I've had him on before. I think it's been ages. Have we ever? Oh, let's see. Matthew Pounder is here. Welcome, Matthew, and Amy. Welcome. My favourite Doctor is a cross between the Wizard of Oz and Santa Claus. We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I love that movie. Great movie. Some dark stories about that movie. I don't know if I really believe them though. I'm just waiting to get a reply back off a message, so. Okay, here we go. Right, he's ready.
Good evening.
Good evening, Stephen. How are you?
Hello, I'll just turn it on so. How are you?
No, not too bad, my friend. How are you?
Good. How's thing going?
Everything's great. Yeah. Cheryl is actually in bed. She's just still a bit under the weather. Ted is here beside me, but he's grand. He's just looking at me because I've been eating sweets all night, believe it or not.
I know. I'm watching you. Yes, we're good sweets as well.
Yeah.
Look, I've got a sort of I sort of stutter a bit. So if I gets really bad, I'll back off and I'll close it down. But if it's fine, I'll continue.
No problem.
Can we talk about Capaldi?
No problem. Go ahead. You can talk about whatever you want, Stephen.
I actually treated myself to the Series 10 of the week, and I thought it was very, very impressive. It was quite a good series, actually. And actually, he came off, for me, quite good. He's actually extraordinary. He's completely the Doctor. Completely, and also the companions aren't bad, and the adventures aren't bad. So I thought season 10, I thought it was a good buy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a very underrated series, I think. I think because there was a lot of PC elements in it, though, it's kind of gotten a bad rap. But if you can kind of overlook that, the stories are actually very good. Now, I will say the triple monk story kind of did let me down a bit. But other than that, there was still good episodes in it. So I actually have to say I like the second episode. What was it? Smile, the emoji one. I love that one. I think that's a great little episode.
I feel the monks been just stopped me with this, to be honest with you. They're quite boring, actually, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I do agree with you about Smart. It's got a good twist at the end as well.
Yeah, I didn't like the monks. Yeah, they were. I think that he tried to do something big, and it just didn't really pay off. Again, with Chibnall, great concept. The payoff is not great though.
No, it was terrible. I've got that point already. I found Thin Ice quite good. I like the sort of London and winter of Thames frozen over and all that. Well, that was quite good. Also, Knock wasn't bad either.
Yeah, I like Thin Ice. Look, I'm being honest. I've been defending Series 10 because I think it does get a bit of a bad reputation, and Peter is absolutely amazing in that.
Very good. I thought Bill Potts wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, she's there's not much sense for there really. She's getting knocked about a bit, isn't she? Really, she's taken out in oxygen. She's turned into a zombie, and then in the end, when the Doctor falls, she's turned into a Cyberman and dies there. So she's bullied and battered around a lot, to be honest with you. Well, I thought Monado was excellent though.
A lot of people don't like him, and that annoys me because I thought he was actually very good in it. For what the role that he had in it, he played it well. And I don't think there's anything wrong with his character. I remember people seem to forget he did stay. He stayed, but he stayed behind. Like, I like him. A bit very underrated, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah, he's got quite a good banter with Capaldi as well. They send each other insults and that kind of thing. Also, Return of Dr. Mysterio is quite well. It wasn't bad. It was all right. The bit the Nardo and Capaldi bit was good, but the bit with the superhero and the woman was okay, I suppose. But I'm not sure on Dr. Mysterio, to be honest with you.
I'm still now. Look, I've seen Dr. Mysterio now. Cheryl, it's Cheryl. I think it's Cheryl's favorite. If I'm correct, it's her favorite special. Okay. But for me, I Dr. Mysterio is like Rosa Parks, in my opinion. Shouldn't be in Doctor Who. I'm sorry, superheroes and all that crap. Nope. That's for me anyway. I know people have enjoyed it, Stephen.
One of the parts is where I left the series 11. I had enough. I didn't really want the reaction in the UK and all the rest of it, so I relied on Bolshevic's delivery to watch it. But Rosa Parks, the bit where I bowed out.
That was the episode you stopped watching Doctor Who, was it?
Yeah, that's what I stopped. Which is wrong in a way, because I will start watching it because of you. But I do feel a bit bad at backing out of it, to be honest with you.
Series 12, though, I think is worth watching for the simple fact is that you've got all these returning villains, and it'll just be interesting to see what Chibnall does for it. Now, I know I did call for a boycott, and if you still choose the boycott, that's fine. I will do reviews on this channel. And remember, we have been promised synopses of each episode before they even aired. So if people want me to reveal what's going to be happening in the episodes, I will more than be willing to do that. Are you even looking forward to Series 12, Stephen?
Do you know, I'm looking forward to more. I'd like the hiatus to happen. Now, that sounds a bit mean, but I go back to the 80s with this, and I thought I watched the Davidson era, which is fine. Colin Baker era was difficult, and then it trailed off towards McCoy, and the hiatus happens. I think we've reached a stage with these series now. I think Whittaker, I don't think he can do much else with it. I think it's time for it to come back in 10 years' time. That's probably mean of me to say, but I've reached a stage where enough is enough, as it were.
10 years, though. Do you not think 10 years would be a bit too long of a period to wait?
Actually, I think it's about right. I don't think Doctor Who's going to go anywhere. I think the fandom's going to keep it alive. Also, same with James Bond as well. And also probably Star Wars as well. But I think 10 years break is what people need. And the people need to be reassessed. It needs to be sorted out with the BBC. Then it can come back. But seriously, I'm not really looking forward to Series 12. I'm ready for it to finish. And that's bad because I thought the same in the 80s with the series. And it went away for 16 years and came back. But I mean, once a TV show starts to slip, I always quote Dallas about that. Do you remember the Dallas, the TV series?
Yeah, I used to watch Dallas.
Bobby got killed, didn't he?
Yeah.
And of course, he wanted to come back, so they gave him another contract, and back he came. So season 9 was wrong, but the show at that time was on a slide. As soon as he came back, it started to slide, and I think Doctor Who started with that. I know that was a bit mean of me. That's the way I feel, really.
You know, it's sad when I hear people like yourself that have watched Doctor Who a very long time have opinions like that, because you know it really does show, because you guys are very knowledgeable. You have been around a long time. You have been through this the first time, so you know what it's like. And it is sad to hear that we basically came full circle now. We're back to where we were when we were during those bad, dreadful years of the 80s. Like, we're back to square one again. What I mean, 10-year break, but then what would you do then? What would you do then after 10 years to bring it back? How would you improve Doctor Who?
I think the man who got it right was Russell T Davies. I mean, it was, it was taking the piss out of him because it's something rotten, but the man got it right. The nationality doctor, the way they used to people. So you didn't have a Russell T Davies. I don't think there's anyone producer who can do it nowadays.
Right.
I think Chibnall was the last choice. I think Whittaker was the last choice. And it sounds a bit friendly, but I just know when it's time to finish. And, that same feeling I got the McCoy years, I'm getting now. And that sounds a bit horrible, but that's the way I feel, I'm afraid.
Now, some people do feel like you, and, it is understandable. And, again, I'll say it again. People like you get criticised all the time because of your opinions, but these fans don't realise you have been through this. You have seen what happened, what came before. You know how bad it got, and would you say? Can I ask you an honest question? Do you think this is worse? This situation now is worse than what it was in the 80s?
Different.
Very
different. In the 80s, it was given to James T, who was, to be honest, he was lousy anyway. So the storylines went downhill. But, it was getting to the Colin Baker era. It had enough. It was at its best, Tom Baker era. The Hinchcliffe years where I came in with The Face of Evil on New Year's Day, 1977. And from then on, we had the rest of the Hinchcliffe era. Then you had the Williams era, which I loved. I loved the Williams era. And you got the JMT era. And even the first one, The Leisure Hive, which I always maintain is one of the worst Doctor Who stories ever. Then it started to go downhill. There was William Pitzer, Shock, and Andrew Zani, and all that kind of thing. I love the revelation of Daleks. There's some highlights there. But at some point, sometimes you've got to call it a day. And, I keep saying this, but I just can't see it getting any better. And it's different because it's introduced gender. As soon as you introduce the gender into anything, it slowly destroys it. And I'm afraid when you start doing it with Doctor Who or James Bond or Star Trek, when I start doing that, then it's in trouble. And I'm afraid I'm about being kicked to death on the board at the moment, but I'm afraid it's got to finish.
Do you know
Does
what?
that sound hard?
No, it doesn't, because I could see your point of view, but I honestly know that BBC are not going to do that, though. It's going to carry on it's going to drag on for a few more years. And this is why I was saying to you, do you think 10 years might be a bit too long? What if they went away for, say, maybe 2 or 3 years and brought it back then? Would you be happy then? I mean, I do agree with you. I think at this stage, to save the show, if they wanted to save the show, I do get your point of view, right? And deep down, I'd probably want it to happen. But there's another part of me that thinks I don't think it is too late yet. I think we're nearly there, but I think we can turn it around. But it has to be turned around after Series 12. And Series 12, in my opinion, Stephen, if you'll agree with me or not on this one, I'd like to hear your opinion on it. But for me, Series 12, in order for it to actually continue on and to survive, Series 12 will have to be better than Series 11 for it to have any hope. Because then, if it doesn't, I will agree with you. I think there'll be no saving it, even though they've got all these plans.
It can be saved if the right person's in. If they find another Tom Baker or David Tennant or particularly Matt Smith, who was brilliant. But it's the will. It's the will of the fans as well. After a while, a series slowly goes downhill. And I think it hit it probably in the Capaldi season, 7-8. But I mean, I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. And they could go another Hinchcliffe and turn it around completely. But until that happens, I'm not really looking forward to season 12 that much, actually. I'm looking forward to people like Bolstrow taking the piss out of it. Sorry for the swearing. I'm looking forward to you being moved about it as well. I'm really looking forward to actually watching it.
But here's the thing, I've got a sneaky feeling that we're not going to be as annoyed this year as we were last year. Yeah. I honestly think, I'm being honest, from what I've heard, unless he does double down, I don't think he will. I'm being honest, because he has said, look, he'd be stupid if he does, because he will kill the show. I mean, he's already seen the reaction of fans, right? He's already seen the reaction of fans, and he's lying. He says he hasn't read reviews. Get away! Of course, you've read reviews. Everybody reads reviews. Actually, right, you know that.
I could be wrong.
I
could be wrong.
Go on, Stephen. Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I could be wrong. I mean, it could be okay, but there's something nagging away at me. But this time's gone. But that happens with all series, I suppose. I think even Coronation Street EastEnders, it peaked about in the 80s. To be honest with you, it's gone downhill since. I think even James Bond, which they gave a new things with Daniel Craig, in the Brosnan era, I think he was in trouble. I think then they sorted out with Daniel. We might get another Daniel Craig. We might get a new Doctor Who, which everybody does wonderfully. But that depends as they cast. If they go for someone we don't like, it'll self-destruct. And it pains me to say that, to be honest with you. It really does, actually.
Who would you want to play the role?
Sorry?
Who would you like to play the Doctor?
Michael Sheen would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was thinking Ben Whishaw.
Yeah, Ben Whishaw. Yeah.
Ben Whishaw could work.
He could, actually.
That's about all I can think of, to be honest with you.
I never asked anybody this, Tom. Who would you choose as a companion?
Actually, I'd go for Aliens. I would have go for some. Always seems to be ex-Londoner companions. Bill, we've had Jenna Coleman, we've had all that. I'd actually go with someone like Leela or Ramona or something like that. I'd actually cast an alien or someone who looks human, but it isn't. I'd be a bit of interest during that. Because Jesus Christ, I'm sick of bloody Londoners in the Tardis. I'd also like to go for different nationalities. I'd like to see Mexicans or Arabs or something like that of all the TARDIS. Because I mean, anyway, that's my take on it.
No, I think that's good. Why not? I mean, look, you're right. I mean, you look at even Doctor Who's past. We've had so many different companions, and let's be honest, most of them have been human. I would agree with you. I wouldn't mind an old alien companion with well, I suppose if you think about it, though, they are alien to him because the Doctor is like a Time Lord. So, like, humans would be alien to him. But I get what you say. I would even a Silurian or something. But do you know what? This is what they need to do. They need to go back to that old design and see the Sea Devils as well. I was watching the Sea Devils last night, right? And I said this the last time I watched the Sea Devils because I watched it a few weeks back, but I had to watch it again, right? They bring the Sea Devils back, right, which is rumored to be happening. They better, and I mean they better, use the same bloody design. If they go with a redesign of the Sea Devils, I will go absolutely ballistic. It's perfect the way it is. It's perfect the way it is. It doesn't need to be changed. You can update it for today's audience, fine, but don't change anything about it. What do you reckon, Stephen?
I can imagine Garth painting saying the Sea Devils have boobs or something like that. I mean, it's all mixed up. I mean, God knows I'm with the current production team what they change it to. I'd like to see the Sea Devils back. I'd like to see more. I'd like to see better backgrounds to companions. Jesus Christ, we can't have another bloody Lancer. I'd go mad if that happens. But you know, someone from a different background, different planets, different looks at things differently. You know, as maybe like someone like Zoe and someone who knows about outer space, something like that. Or even another Scot, to be honest with you. And a 17th century Highlander works well.
Yeah.
Because you know that could work well again. Well, it's just not another bloody Londoner, please. And I am a Londoner, so there you go.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not another one that's in love with the Doctor either.
I'd quite like to see an Irish person as a companion as well.
Oh, Jace, could you imagine if it was someone like me in the TARDIS world? But also, for fuck's sake, Doctor, this is not where we were supposed to land, Doctor. What do you think you're doing, Doctor? Let go, Doctor!
No, there's a companion.
Oh, Jesus, that wouldn't work. Oh, well, if I was Jodie Whittaker's companion now, it definitely would work because the first chance I got with the TARDIS being in space, don't worry, guys, I'll do what all the other companions should have done and pushed her out of the TARDIS, right, to regenerate. So don't worry.
I wonder if she got thrown out the time in the first episode, didn't she, really? It tilted and threw her out.
By the way, that was never explained. Still to this day, that hasn't been explained. Why did the TARDIS throw Jodie Whittaker out?
Yeah. Don't understand why. Yeah. So, yeah, companions, I'd go for an alien. Even it's different planets, even someone like Nissa, something like that. But I'd keep a companion alien, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's a good suggestion. Nobody's ever actually even suggested that. I think an alien companion would be a great idea. Or even another fellow Time Lord, even. Do you know, I think it's time to bring the Time Lords back full time anyway. Feck all this Time War business. Just bring the bleeding back. That was the one thing I hated about RTD was this whole Time War bleeding. Locking Gallifrey into a pocket of a parallel universe. Like, get away.
Yeah, I'd like two planets at war, and two people from those planets, a female soldier and a male soldier, which are thrown together in a TARDIS and have to work with each other. What each planet is trying to take the next one out. And if you get the background right, like they did with Leela, this thing could really work. You know, they've got to start working on the. Jesus Christ, don't stick any more bloody companions, families anymore. Oh,
I know. Yeah, this current team was called the Fam. Yeah, the Fam. I'm in with the Fam. Look at me, man. I'm OG with the Fam.
Oh, I don't know what went wrong there. I really
Isn't that right, bruv? Isn't that right, bruv? Yeah, the Fam. Man, you hear those gobshites on Arsenal TV. That's the way they talk. Fam and bruv and blood and all this crap. Like, we don't want it in Doctor Who.
Oh, no. Yeah, but mind you, Bradley Walsh was quite good.
Yeah. Bradley Walsh is brilliant. Go on, I'll give you a few more minutes there, Stephen, because you're actually making some good points and I don't want to cut you off. So yeah, I agree with you, Bradley. I said I agree with you with Bradley Walsh 100%.
I think about these things quite a lot, actually. Sometimes when I'm sitting on the tube, I start thinking about how can Doctor Who going to be improved, or how can James Bond get better, or something like that, or have Star. I don't watch Star Trek very much, but Bradley Walsh was very good anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Bradley Walsh is probably one of the shining lights of Series 11.
I don't think Toys and Coal liked it very much.
No.
Just stuff I pick up. I think Farius picked up on that as well. And I think he was quite miserable in here, actually.
We did a video on Toys and Coal. Yeah, Toys and Coal. Yeah, he's not very happy at the moment. I know by little posts and all he's put out there. He's not happy right now.
No. I'll leave you to it. I'll go read remarks on the computer, but thanks for speaking to us. And sorry if my voice impediment slows me down, but thank you for talking to us.
No, listen, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you coming on, Stephen. And if you want to come on again, mate, now that you've done it and you know how easy it is, you're more than welcome to come back anytime, my friend. And really, thank you for coming on, because I know it's very hard to come on, especially when it's a first-time call. So I really appreciate it.
I feel a bit guilty saying about the hiatus, but I just can't think of any way of
look at a lot of people when you were saying that we're agreeing with you in the live comments, so you're honestly not alone in that. So don't feel bad, because look, I agree with you. We do feel bad. And the reason why we feel bad is because we care, Stephen. You care. That's why you feel bad, because you don't want to be criticising something you love. You don't want to be having to go with something that you've grown up watching. But unfortunately, that's where we are. Don't ever feel guilty for having an opinion or thinking something, because let's be honest, BBC haven't given you anything to jump for joy these last couple of years. So unfortunately, that's the way some fans are, and it's you know what, it's going to be a long time before this fandom heals anyway. But listen, Stephen, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
No
Cheers.
problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you, mate. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Stephen, for coming on. I really love it when we get new callers on. And Stephen's been with us in the live chat since we started all these. And it's just so nice to have him on. So thank you for that call, my friend. Right, let me see. Widham says something. What did you say? Hey, no thoughts on the game against Bournemouth? Is it time for Solskjaer to go? Right, here's the thing about Solskjaer. I was never Ollie in the first place. I was always Jose in. But when we obviously hired him as full-time manager, I backed him. But he was never the right man for the job. I think Manchester United fans are to blame for this, because they let their heart rule before they let their head rule them. So for all those fans that were calling for Ollie in, take a big, long, hard look at yourselves in the mirror, because the current state that we're in is because of you gobshite fans that wanted Ollie in. I'm not calling you gobshite. I'm calling the others. The thing about it is, he was never the right man for the job. Sentimentality got the best of everybody, and now we're paying for it. And we're a relegation fighting club now. Ollie out, if that's what you want. And I was always Ollie out, because I was never Ollie in the first place. I just backed him because he became our manager, but I was never fully invested in him. I think his tactics are wrong. I think he he doesn't know when to bring on a substitution, or he's incapable of bringing on a substitution because he always makes them way too late. It's time for him to go. Right, last caller. If Excelsior is still here, please check your phone. Or whatever you've got Messenger on. Right, another new caller tonight. So we've had 2 new callers tonight. Actually, someone made a comment to me. I don't know who it was. Someone was saying I bring on the same callers all the time. Well, the thing about it is that I do actually ask if people want to come on. So I don't hinder anybody coming on. It's just some people are shy and some people are building up the courage still, which doesn't bother me because eventually I know people will ring in, you know? So, I mean, for those people that are saying I'll bring the same people on all the time, well, instead of making little comments like that, why don't you come on and actually ring yourself then, you know? I'm not talking to anybody in the live chat here. There's people out there, you know, the ones that look in but keep doing that but don't actually do it. Right, let's bring Rick on. Yeah, where is he? Rick Excelsior. I love that name.
Hello, Noel.
Hello, Ricky. Oh, Rick.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes,
I can
we
hear
can.
you.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly, my friend. How are you?
Excellent, excellent.
Brilliant, brilliant.
I hope everyone's having a great evening this evening. Nice to speak to you, Noel. I've been watching your channel for a while and enjoying it, so I thought I'd come on and have a chat. We thought it'd be quite nice.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's always nice to have some new callers and actually new opinions on things. So, is there anything in particular you would like to talk about tonight?
Yeah, well, just funnily enough, I was actually re-watching some John Pertwee myself this evening. I was watching The Planet of the Daleks, the first Terry Nation story for a long, long time. And I was listening to the commentary because obviously I've seen it quite a few times. I was listening to the commentary, and there's Terence Dicks and Barry Letts, 2 absolute towers of the show. Both sadly have passed away now, and they're commentating on the show. And you know, Barry Letts, bless him, war veteran, an actor, producer, director, and a Buddhist, a man ahead of his time, a man who was concerned about the environment, who championed second wave feminism on the show, despite Terence and his somewhat more classic views towards it. But the show was forward thinking, and they said on the show, which I thought was quite poignant in comparison to series 11 that we've just had to suffer, was that they didn't mind if political ideas were expressed as long as they didn't detract from the show.
Yeah.
So in other words, if it wasn't right in your face, look, you've got to love women now, was not acceptable to Barry Letts and Terence Dicks. That was no. But the zeitgeist, the influences around at the time, which was second wave feminism, was taken on board. Jo was very feisty on the planet of the Daleks. She was on her own for a while. Doctor's passed out.
That's
he might
right.
be dead. After she goes onto this jungle planet, doesn't even know there's Daleks there, poor chick. And, you know, she's a strong and capable woman. And in the commentary, Katie Manning said, yeah, you've seen this journey from this awkward young lady who's just left school who is sort of plonked on the doctor because her uncle is a minister, so she gets the job shoehorned in. And the poor old brig is going, hey, what am I going to do with this young woman? Oh, I know, the doctor needs someone.
Yeah.
And so she started off with, the classic putting her hand through the doctor's experiment to shake his hand. And from that, here's this woman who's going to, okay, the doctor's in trouble. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to go and do this stuff. I find the log. I'm going to go and do this. And she's really, really powerful in that story. And for that time, it was cutting edge. Now, was it perfect? No. But everything is made of its time.
No.
And so
I will agree with you though, because I just wanted to cut in there because you do make it a very interesting point about how did I forget her name already? Feckin'
Casey Manning, Joe Grant.
I'm watching her right now. Jesus Christ. Right, but anyway, the thing I love about Joe Grant especially is, I agree with you 100%. Joe Grant, you can actually see the progression of her character. You can actually see the progression of Joe Grant through each story, through each, like every individual story that she's in. Now she's bad at, now I'm watching her now in, I'm watching, just before I came on, I was watching The Time Monster. So I'm still on that
story.
Right? But already in that, she has completely changed. She's gone from this innocent, naive kind of girl, but she still, don't get me wrong, she might have been innocent, naive, but she still stood up for herself because the doctor didn't treat her quite well at first, but she earns the doctor's respect. And
absolutely,
and then he's like a father figure to her then, because he's always trying to protect her, right? He always tries, no, Joe, you stay here, right? Now there is a few times where he'll force that and she will stay, right? Well, for a while, and then she'll go and try find him. But now he's letting her, he's sure you want to come, and she's like, yeah, I want to go with you. It's what I signed up for. So he's even now, he's starting to realize, well, Joe does have a part to play. Whereas when he first met her, nah, she doesn't have a part to play. I want the scientist. He actually even says it. I don't need an assistant. I need a scientist. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, he wants to fix his circuit so he can leave. But then fast forward to what Rose says to her mum in the chip shop in New Who. You don't understand, Mum. The doctor makes you a better person, but he wants you to stand up and say, no, we're not going to let this happen. And Rose's speech in the chip shop, where she's with Mickey and her mum, the doctor sends her home. This is Chris Eccleston's last story.
Yeah.
And then they get the big tipper truck and they do the Who's It's, and off they go. But that speech links back to Joe. Joe has had this journey where she's come in as a school leaver, effectively. She's just finished her A-levels and failed them. And shoved in with this crazy Time Lord dude. And off she goes as the master every week for her, for her first season.
Yeah, I love it. I'm loving. Do you know what I love about Classic Hill? And it's annoying me because Robert Delgado, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I was a kid. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? I was a kid growing up watching Doctor Who in the 80s now. So, obviously, Pertwee's era had already was already done. So, I got to see before BBC had done the ill-fated thing where they got rid of everything. But luckily, Pertwee's era is kind of unscathed anyway. But I remember watching that even as a kid, right? And being in trouble. But watching it now, and I'm being honest with you, Robert Delgado, right? I know everybody says he's the best master, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why. And this season that you're just at the top is the perfect example. It's just absolute. The performances together, him and Pertwee together, the performances are absolute. Everybody is actually, that whole series, everybody is top of their game in that series, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Nicholas Courtney all the way through.
It reflects real life because they were very, very good friends, dined at each other's houses. They socialised outside of work.
Yeah.
That whole core crew. And
Robert Delgado.
There's a
Sorry,
twinkle
Roger,
in the eye
Roger.
of Delgado and John when they're dueling, when they're together. You can see a depth to that character. And then fast forward to Stephen Moffat, where the best companion ever, dear little old what's her name? The little plump one with the little nose, whose name? Oh, Clara, that's the one. She's sitting opposite Missy, and Missy goes, "What do you know about friendship? What do you know about something that dates back thousands of years?" I love that speech, and it links back with the original show. There's that twinkle. There's that I knew you at school. You were my mate when we were kids. There is that closeness.
Yeah.
There's the regret. There's the challenge. There's everything there, and that comes from their friendship, their duel. Who's going to be the leading man on this show this week? And I love it. It's everything, as you say. Everyone's at the top of their game.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to series 11. What a train wreck! They have a doctor that says, "Don't use knives." That was the first problem I had with it. I said, "No, I'm open-minded. Just let the lady have a go at the characters. She might be brilliant. I don't know." So I'm watching this show with an open mind. And the first big red flag was when she does a speech about knives. And I thought, well, what if you want to cut a steak? What if you want to use a letter knife to open a letter from the Lord President of Gallifrey woman? I mean, this isn't the doctor.
No.
The tool isn't the problem. It's always the person using the tool. And that is the lesson that classic Who and good modern Who always says. It's never the technology that's bad. It's the people who are using it.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, the good people are using, Doctor's cutting edge. Let's face it, he travels in damn space, for God's sake. But he's using it for good. So technology can be a good force. And that's why I love Doctor Who. It's always been pro-science. It's always been pro-exploration, pro being yourself, exploring oneself, becoming a better person, just as Jo did. She was already a wonderful young woman, as expressed, when she said, "No, Azar, take me." And Azar goes, "Oh!" And you get Stephen Thorne giving his great Tenstorian voice, and he has to blow up a church. Craziest ending. But we've already got that from Jo. We've already got this self-sacrificing character. And it comes up again and again and again. And that's one of the problems in our modern world. We've been so cosseted and we live such fantastic lives. And when I signed off on the last broadcast, they saying, be happy, we're lucky to be alive. Because we are. We're talking via satellite instantaneously. If we wished, we could look at each other right now in the eye using the video function on this program. It's amazing. If you're sick, you go to the doctor, you get some pills, in a couple of weeks you're better, and you grumble you can't drink something. You have enough food so you've got tyres around your belly, if you're like me, and so on and so forth. And this reminds me of Bill Hicks when CNN first kicked off, and he said, "Murder, death, rape, murder, war, 24/7 news." And Bill Hicks goes, "Where's this stuff happening?" He puts his head out the window, and the crickets are chirping. This perception that we're under attack, this perception that our lives are threatened all the time, is a tool, because fear is a tool. Look how the Master uses fear as a tool. We should learn these lessons from Who, because it teaches us about how the world is. Good drama teaches you about how people are, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good writing.
100%.
Always too. So all these themes that we're being attacked by now. Look at Saxon and how he tries to defame the Doctor and takes over everything with this strongman message. Left and right are trying to use that right now. It's the oldest trick in the book.
Yeah. True. No, you're right. Doctor Who has always been very good at highlighting issues like that. But as you said yourself, and as everybody else has said, there's a way of doing it where it doesn't compromise the story. You can still get your message across. And don't get me wrong, we all don't mind listening to these messages. You're the same. We don't mind listening to these messages. But don't do it.
If it's presented well, we will listen and enjoy it.
Exactly. If you want to get a certain message across, or you want to highlight a certain issue that's going on in society, you can. Classic Who is your template, basically. That's your template.
Yeah.
right? And I'm sick of people comparing the classic episodes that we have from Jodie Whittaker's era, the two that we have, or two, we've even called it two historical, because to me, they weren't even historically accurate anyway. But people are comparing those two episodes, Demons of the Punjab and Rosa, to classic episodes that happened back in the day. Now, I've been watching historical classic episodes, and I don't know where you're getting that comparison from, because Classic Who didn't compromise the story, right? New Who was compromising the story to get the message across.
Yes. I mean, and always in these historical dramas, especially with Bill Hartnell's story, he wants to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to interfere.
Every single story, the Doctor's going, oh, quite, it's a historical event. I want to get the hell out of here. And then Susan will get missing, or she'll climb, or she'll, no, I know what will happen. Susan will sprain her ankle, and he'll go, Susan, you silly young lady.
Yeah.
And he'll get all grumpy, and then they'll get captured and put in the... So he's always trying to get away. You always find this, and he said, oh, crikey, it's Krakatoa, right, let's get the hell out of here. And then he gets impeded.
Yeah.
This one, she goes and noses in there. Oh, we're here already. Oh, we've got to go and fix this then, haven't we?
Yeah.
Space racist.
Yeah, it's annoying me. Jodie Whittaker.
He looked like the Fonz who'd gone, he looked like the Fonz who'd gone to the library, and the only book available to read was Mein Kampf, didn't he? Hi there, I'm this 50 stereotype.
Yeah.
Look at me with my leather jacket. I'm looking cool.
I don't know.
What on earth? I mean, and the thing is, they could have had a space racist if they'd have established why he was racist. You see? But they can't do that because they can't conceive of a reason why someone would twist a genuine concern and push it into racism. They can't conceive that there are germs of things that can develop, if they're not carefully considered and explained, into bad behaviour. Because that's too subtle for them. They can't do that. They're all terrible racists. Like in Father Ted. Oh, I hear you're a racist now, Father.
Yeah, heard you're a racist now, Father. I heard you don't like the Chinese, Father. I can't dedicate 7 days a week to the racism, Father, but I can, maybe put in a couple of hours here and there.
Whenever I see the expression space racist, I want to do it in like a Father Ted voice. A terrible space racist.
Yeah, that's a brilliant episode. That's the one about the Chinese.
They could have established that was real thing. If they could have had a couple of scenes where you established that this person came from this culture, where this had happened, and nothing had been sorted out. It had all been swept under the rug for thousands of years, and you could have, but a couple of flashpoint scenes at least.
Yeah.
In the episode to establish that this man had some twisted reason. No one thinks the Nazi Party were a fantastic idea. No one, unless you're a madman. So you have to establish that this person had something like that. You can establish that this person had this twisted idea that everyone can see as repellent and abhorrent. It's an easy fix. You just say, look, here's this guy, and he gets indoctrinated. But here's the point, and something that I can talk about from experience. When I was raised in a high control group called the Jehovah's Witnesses, everyone's heard of them. Knock on your door every day with the Watchtower magazine. And that is established as a high control group by a guy who actually used to be a Moonie. And he established the bite method. I'll just describe this very quickly for you. So the bite method is where you're under unhealthy control by someone else. And what all of these groups do, so the Moonies, Scientology, all these high control groups use these tactics. So it's behavior control, information control, thought control, and emotional control. And all of those are linked together. So if you affect one, the others are linked in. And once you understand how this works, where instead of the agency being with the individual, I'm going to decide what I think is right and wrong. That's my personal stance, and I think it's yours as well. But that takes away the power of other people to say, oh no, you can't think that way, or you can't read that, or whatever it is. So they use these techniques. They try and control your behaviour. They certainly try and control the information you receive. they try and control your thoughts through you not being able to read stuff, and your emotions are linked with everything else. So if they can pluck at one of those, like with this this horrible person who's been impersonating you, pulling at your emotions, aren't they? So what does that do? It affects your behaviour, doesn't it? And it changes your thinking. You see what I mean? They're all linked together. So we have to have this red flag moment where we say, okay, who's trying to take agency away from me and start telling me how I should have, what my thoughts should be, what my emotions should be, etc. And I think, unfortunately, with the best of intentions, perhaps Series 11 stepped over that line. For the first, there were inklings of it in Series 10, but they were a bit more subtle-ish. But this one, it was like being hit round the head with a haddock. And I don't care for being told how I should think or feel. I had enough of that when I was a Jehovah's Witness. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and so in school and in college, and now they still want to tell us what to do. It's funny, isn't it, though? Because, like, let's be honest about it. I think, like, we're told what to do all the time anyway, because when we're kids, we're told what to do. When we're teenagers, we're told what to do. Even when we're adults, we have other adults out there telling us the way we should behave and telling us what to do. I don't need me entertainment now. But this is the thing, I don't need me entertainment now to be telling me. That's where I want to break away from all of that and live in a fantasy world, if you wish, right? That's what we watch entertainment for, to get away from the realities of real life.
Entertainment of this kind is we can all enjoy it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where on the spectrum of anything we are. And that was always the beautiful thing about Doctor Who. He used to have Tory people who liked Doctor Who and Labour people who liked Doctor Who, and you had all the different colours and creeds, everyone enjoying it.
Yeah.
And think on this, when I was a Jehovah's Witness, we used to have 3 meetings a week. So I was out of the house 3 times a week to attend these Bible meetings. And sadly, when Peter Davison started being the Doctor, they monkeyed around with the schedule. So it wasn't on a Saturday anymore, when I used to be able to watch Doctor Who. And they moved it to Tuesdays and Thursdays. And just by happen chance, those were my meeting nights. So I didn't get to see Peter Davison until I bought them on DVD and watched them and thoroughly enjoyed them. So think on that, all you people who out there, that's how unusual is that a child, oh no, you've got to go to these meetings. And we didn't have a video at the time. So there was no way for me to watch them. That speaks volumes about technology, about access to things, to everything that we're talking about. Because once you've experienced that, when you've had someone tell you all these things all the time, you've got to behave this way and that way, and you come out of that and you realise that society is getting like that. And you realise, wow, those methods are used all the time by everybody, by advertisers and by political parties and by individuals. Remember, individuals will be using these methods against us, from dodgy car salesmen to everybody. But there is ethical, like we're having a nice conversation here. This is ethical. Now, I'm not telling you what to think. You're not telling me what to think. This is how most people are.
Yeah.
And yet the fear is, all these people are against me all the time. Well, no, they're not against you all the time.
Exactly.
And finally, my last point, because it's getting late and we've all got to think on things. My last point is this: Series 12 is going to come out. Maybe there'll be some improvements. We don't know. I'm going to give them one watch, just like I did Series 11. I'm not going to watch them again. I thought they were appalling, but I'll give Series 12 one watch.
Yeah.
And I'll do it with an open mind, and I'll hope.
Yeah, like us all.
The spirit of Barry Letts, bless his heart and rest in peace. He's moved on. He's reached enlightenment, dear Barry, bless his heart. I hope that kind of spirit of, look, yes, you can do it, but don't hit me with a haddock.
Yeah, exactly.
It's somehow spirited through to the chibs, and he tones it back. And I do hope that we get a chance for Jodie Whittaker to show us the actor that she can be.
Well,
I think that perhaps we might get a good performance. I'm hoping for that. If we don't, then so be it.
I will say one thing on Jodie Whittaker, actually, and it's got to do with the whole children in need thing. Now, she did a video behind the scenes thing, as you've probably seen the last couple of days, that BBC have conveniently all of a sudden,
fine channels.
decided to put it out. But the one thing that was very interesting to me, and the thing that was most telling to me, was that, and made me realise one thing, that Chris Chibnall is a complete failure. He has failed Jodie Whittaker. He has failed this era of Doctor Who, and I'll tell you why he has failed Jodie Whittaker. In that video, I saw a personality, right? In that video, I see Jodie Whittaker. She had a range of emotions: happy, fangirl, you name it, geeky, the whole lot, right?
Human.
Yes, I actually seen a personality. What the hell, Chris Chibnall? What did you tell her to do? Not put any of her personality into the role, because if you did, you're an effing idiot. Because I'm being honest with you, I know the stories were poor, but I'm being honest, I don't think people would have slated her performance as much as she had been allowed to put a little bit of personality into it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to say this 100%, right? I still do believe that the Doctor is a male role, but if Jodie Whittaker had been given the tools, and this is why I'm annoyed at Chibnall even more now, if he had gave her the tools, or let her do it the way she wanted to do it, because I do not believe now that that's the way she wanted to actually do the Doctor, from what I've heard these last couple of months, right?
Yeah.
She would have gave us a better performance, in my opinion. I don't think she's still good enough, but it would have been better than what we got. We wouldn't have got all this scrunchy face business. We would have got a bit of personality. We actually probably, no, I'm not saying we would have liked her. What I'm saying is we wouldn't be going down hard on her as much as we do, right? And that is down to Chris Chibnall.
If she'd have been given a fair crack of the whip, she would have stood or fallen on her own merits.
Exactly.
Whereas because Mr. Chibnall let her down, in my opinion, very badly by saying just act the page. If that's true, then that's an appalling act by a lead writer producer.
Exactly.
But, you know, you've got to give poor Jodie a chance. You know, here's this actress. She's a meteoric rise. She's good in what she's done before. Any actor coming into a role as iconic as this surely would have been advised to go and look at the old shows with the producer, with some writers, and say, look, let's sit down, have a nice cup of Prosecco and some snacks at the British taxpayers' expense, and watch some old Doctor Who and see how it was done. You know, look at some interviews with Barry Letts.
Exactly, and get some inspiration.
And so on and so forth.
Exactly. And get some inspiration, and nobody will criticise you for that.
Thrown in the lion's den. And unfortunately, this bite method means that you attack. And when people have an enlightened moment, you attack some more, because you want trying to control them all the time. So this poor woman's thrown into the lion den, and there's this toxic fandom. Some who will latch on to certain elements that have been hitting us in the face like a haddock, and will just run with it. Others, like us, who just want a decent show, and we don't mind a bit of politics. I personally don't mind the Doctor being a woman. We can agree to disagree, can't we? Agreeably. But I do feel desperately sorry for her, because any producer that throws a lead actor into a role like that without
actually giving them the proper tools,
it's like putting Tom Baker in a straitjacket and saying, "Go on, Tom, go and be meteoric like you were."
Exactly, and it's like, and I keep making this, and I keep making this comparison. It's like you go into a car showroom, and this rep shows you a car, and it's brilliant. And then you lift open the bonnet and there's no engine. Are you going to buy the car? No. You're going to have all the tools. You're going to have the engine in there. You're going to have all the parts in place so you can get the best performance out of that car, right? Chris Chibnall basically has given Jodie Whittaker the keys to the show and basically gave her no engine, right? And that's why I'm pissed off at him. But look, I still do believe that it is a male role, and I'm not going to ever change my mind on that. I just wish Jodie Whittaker had been given... I just wish she had been given the tools, right? And she wasn't. And that's why I'm pissed off, is because we'll never fully, truly know what Jodie Whittaker could have been like in this role. Could she have changed all of our minds? I doubt it highly, me anyway. I doubt she'd be able to change my mind, because I'm so stuck in my ways. But she may have changed.
Stood or fallen on her own merits. after being given a decent chance to understand the character she was portraying. And she hasn't had that. And here's another speech by John Pertwee's doctor, who's that's been picked on recently. At the end of Planet of the Daleks, they steal the Dalek spaceship and they're off back to Skara. And the doctor, Horsefall says, his character says, "Anything I can do for you, Doctor?" And he goes, "Yes, there is. When you get back, don't glamorize war. Your people were peaceful once, and as soon as you become the thing you hate, then we might as well stop fighting." And I thought, how apt for the situation you've been in. Here you've got some troll impersonating you, dehumanizing you, plucking your identity from you, trying to affect all those methods, that bite method on you. And I thought, don't you realise that all of us were little babies one day? And all we know and all we are is a set of circumstances. I was raised in a high control group. I eventually escaped. But that brings it home to you every day. You think that person was a little baby once. And if we can remember that in our conversation, as we are right now, isn't it better? Doesn't our heart rate go down? Doesn't our fear go down? Because at the end of the day, we're all just people. We're all just biped primates, came down from the trees a few million years ago. We're doing our best, Why can't we just all get back to that?
That's it.
There you go.
That's it. And with that, we leave at that point. Just listen, Rick, thanks for coming on. I know I was supposed to bring you on the other night, and I'm sorry I didn't, but I'm really glad that you came on. And listen, if you do ever want to come on again, you know how to get in contact with me now.
I do indeed.
I'm live again tomorrow, Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays. So any night you want.
Okay. Well, I'll be in touch, my friend. Thanks very much for the very great chat. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
No problem, man. And pleasure having you on. And first time caller, guys. They'll leave you.
Bye-bye. Good night, chat. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
This evening. Bye.
See you. Good night. Bye. And that was Rick, everybody. And that's it. Some great bloody calls tonight. Actually, 2 new callers as well. But listen, I just want to pick up on what Blue Planet said there, because Blue Planet said Jodie has no time for Classic Who. Well, that's not entirely true. She was told not to watch any Classic Who by Chris Chibnall. Now, you will probably argue the point that, well, maybe she should have ignored him and actually watched it. But again, we need to stop blaming the mean lady on everything. Yes, she has been guilty of saying stuff that has inflamed the fandom. And yes, like me, I thought she was the wrong person for the role. And I do believe what Paul said. She was handpicked. I do agree she was handpicked. But I am going to defend her and say she wasn't given all the tools. Now, we will never know what a true Jodie Whittaker performance is as the Doctor. That's the point I'm trying to make. I still am at the firm belief that it's a male role, and I'll never change my opinion on that. I think the female Doctor has been proven, as far as I'm concerned, to be a failure. But I just would have loved her to be given the tools, just to see where she might have went with it. But we're never going to know. Yeah, she did say that, but she was actually told not to watch Classic Who. I know you're picking up on the comment that she made about the male gaze. And yes, she did say that. And yes, I did criticize her when she said that. Actually, I really went off on one when she said that. But at the end of the day, she's not all at fault for this era's failure. And the fact that she was hired by Chris Chibnall, he's the main culprit to what's happened here. Yes, she has said ill-advised things, and she pissed us all off beyond measure of a doubt. But we can't keep going after her, because it's not all her doing, right? And to be honest with you, she hasn't said anything this year that has really... Actually, she hasn't really said anything about male gaziness this year or anything like that, as far as I can see, because she's been very quiet, right? So are we going to keep holding her to what she said last year? Because should we not move on from that now and just let Series 12 play out and then they're gone after series 12, and then move on. I think we all need to start moving on from what Jodie Whittaker said. We get it. She's mean for what she said. But at the end of the day, she said it. We can't change it. So let's just move on. You know? But listen, Rick, thanks for the call. And thanks for everybody else that phoned in tonight. I thought this stream was actually great tonight. Look, I agree with your Blue Planet. I don't think she does have the... I agree with you. I do agree. But again, I will say we will never know what a true Jodie Whittaker performance would have been like in Doctor Who, because she wasn't given all the tools to do it. And I will defend anybody, even if it was an actor in that role, I would defend them as well the same way. You have to be given the tools, the proper tools to do a job, right? Okay, she wasn't given the tools to do the job, right? So it was always going to be a failure. Even if the writing had been spot on, she still would have failed because she wasn't given the right tools. She was told to play the page, all right? She was told to play the scene, basically. Okay, showrunner shouldn't be telling her to do that. Showrunner should be saying, yeah, go and research the role. Go and find out everything. Tell me what characteristics you liked of the Doctor, which characteristics you would like to take, which characteristics you'd like to make your own, what would you would like to add to the Doctor. This is the kind of discussions that should have been had with Jodie with it, but it wasn't. The thing that she was told was, there's the script, play the page. You don't tell someone to do that when you give them the biggest job in the world. And Doctor Who is one of the biggest jobs in TV. Well, it was, probably isn't anymore. But you set her up to fail, she's going to fail. I don't know why. Do you know what? I've never defended Whittaker really that much on this channel. I've defended her a couple of times when people have went overboard, but I'm actually getting sick and tired. It's kind of getting to a stage now where it's kind of bordering on bullying now. And I don't like it. Right? The main culprit here is Chris Chibnall. So keep it, all your anger and all your bitterness should be going towards him. Yes, she, as I keep saying, she said the ill-fated things. So what? Get over it. People say things all the time that wreck our heads. Do you know what I mean? So we just need to get over the fact of what she said, and just, she's gone anyway in 2020. That's why I don't know why people keep bringing her up all the time. But listen, I'm going to go now. So I'll say good night to you all. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. And remember, do me a favor. If you do see the troll attacking tonight, right, you know what to do, right? Make sure that it's not this page, firstly. Make sure there's no video content and all that, and then report it for me, right? I'll talk to you all tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. So good night, God bless, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Teddy says good night, Cheryl says good night and all that, and we will talk to you.